Hello, everyone. Welcome to Secrets of Saltmarsh. This is our Patreon 5th edition D&D campaign set in the world of Greyhawk. I am Stella Luna. I will be your dungeon master and host for this evening. And all around the table here, we have our lovely, lovely Patreons. Shout out to all of our Patreons. Without your support, we wouldn't be able to do all the cool shit that we do on this channel. If you want to get more information on what you can get as a Patreon, what you do as a Patreon, you can check out that link there in the chat. We also have a brand new YouTube. You can check out our YouTube for VODs of all of our TTRPG shows. We are uploading the most recent ones and making our way back. So you can see all of our Secrets of Saltmarsh games on our YouTube as well. If you want to interact with the game, there are a few ways you can do so. You can redeem channel points for free, which you get from lurking and hanging out, to grant a blessing to the player of your choice, including myself. These are pocket advantage die, which means you allow to have a reroll that you can use at a pivotal moment. Or if you'd like to add an element of fate to the narrative, every $10 guarantees a draw from the deck of many things. These can have very epic and very awful effects. All of the proceeds to this go to funding our marathons that we run here. If you want more information about our marathons, you can check out our Twitter. We have all the information there for you. All right, let's jump right into it. We're going to start off with reintroducing our characters. Tell me who you are, where we can find you, and who you're playing today. We'll start off with Emma.
Hi, I'm Emma, also known as Emma Panada. You can find me on twitch.tv/Emma Panada, where I do TTRPG streams as well. We have games going on Tuesdays and Sundays right now, and we're going to be adding a third game here, hopefully by the end of the month. If not, then it'll be very early next month. Other than that, I also do one-shots for Stella sometimes, and I'm going to be on D'Angelo's channel next Friday for Homies Helping Homies. So that's super exciting.
Oh my god, yes. I'm sorry to interrupt. If you don't know who that D'Angelo is, you can check out his link there. And also, you can check out Emma's link there as well. That D'Angelo is a super awesome person. You should definitely check him out if you haven't already. Please tell me who you're playing today.
I am playing Arlen Ruvaloth. She is a Triton cleric that is pretending to be this incredible adventurer, and nobody's called her on her bullshit yet. So
it's true. And also you have a cursed blade.
Also I have well, it's a really nice sword. It's not cursed. We don't know that for sure, Stella.
Yes, I'm sorry. Sorry for metagaming. Thank you. Next, we have GeekDice.
Hello, I'm GeekDice. Besides finding me here, you can also find me over in Greyhawk Tales on most Sunday middays Eastern Time. Today, once again, I am bringing KayBee. He is a Finadiri. He is a fae, or a brownie, or a house fairy. He is an old man, having raised grandchildren and children, and now he is seeking adventure, seeking his long-lost wife, and he's found this group of friends, all her heroes and adventurers, just amazing, and he's gravitating towards them. He's going to follow them anywhere they go.
Oh, thank you. Next, we have GodfatherWraith.
Hi, I'm GodfatherWraith, or GFW, or Godfather, or Wraith, or pretty much call me anything you want, except late for the party. I'm playing Garen. He is a human rogue who's really starting to question a lot of God Daddy.
Emma, please.
Well, I did say anything you want, so that's acceptable. Yeah, he's kind of exploring his own nature, and we'll see where he goes from here. As far as where to find me, pretty much here with Stella and in her chat and other members of the community. So
Awesome. Thank you so much. Nisa is unfortunately unable to join us tonight. She is busy working, but we are sending her all of our love, kisses. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And Jem is off on a very super important mission, probably hanging out with some very hot people. But last and certainly not least, we have Zombie Fighter 89.
Hello, I'm Jacob. I'm Zombie. I am Z. I am whatever you like to call me. I am the, I guess, clip master, clip lawyer, whatever you like to phrase that as. Someone who probably makes too many clips, but that's up to your own discretion. I fine, Z Daddy. If you want to call me Z Daddy, call me Z Daddy. I'll play Finn Carson, who's a ranger researcher. Stuff has happened in his life. What stuff we do know of is his family sort of got ravaged by this undead or something of that nature. It looked like zombies undead or whatever. And he's sort of going on a mission right now to find out what's going on, what's been going on. And he's bumped into this lovely crew of people. And the adventure so far has taken us to where there might be some kind of thing to follow. We met with, I believe it was Anders last time, who gave Finn a really cool adventure to sort of dig his teeth into. So we'll see if we do that or what we do today. But yeah, that's Finn.
Yeah, excellent. Exactly. Precisely. So last time on Secrets of Saltmarsh, you as a group had been given a task by Anders Solmore, an up-and-coming, well-loved local here in Saltmarsh, and you were told that there is a situation at a nearby mine where there might be potential undead. This has sparked some interest in the group, and it also ties into potential work that you are doing covertly, for Eleander Fireborn, because you were told to cozy up to Anders. However, you were also approached by a halfling druid of Obad High, who had beseeched you as a group of adventurers looking quite capable that there was some sort of threat coming this way to Saltmarsh, and would be here in about 2 days. Group has retired for the evening. Now it is slowly turning into dawn. And as it does, you hear the usual bustle slowly rousing in Saltmarsh all around you. You hear wagons being carted through the main thoroughfare. You hear people shouting, the clanging of industry. Before you know it, Saltmarsh is in full swing of a brand new day. As you lay in bed, slowly rising, you find that it is an unusually hot day today. You find the air humid and sticky, uncomfortable in your private rooms. When you get up to get ready for your day, you find that there is a sort of grimness to the air. No one is feeling very comfortable. No one is very happy because of this heat wave that has come out of nowhere. Good morning. What do you do?
Dungeon Daddy, can you remind me, was our plan to leave today to go out and meet these two threatening people a day away from the town, or were we gonna go do the mine and then do that?
It's totally up to you. You can definitely decide as a group over some breakfast if you like. As far as time frame goes, you did not have a specific time frame in which you had to finish the undead mine. However, there is a clock ticking for this unknown threat that is approaching Saltmarsh.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, I don't remember what we had agreed upon, so I guess we'll rehash the discussion this morning. And Garen would probably, after following his normal routine of cleaning his gear, would leave his coat upstairs in this heat and head down for breakfast.
Finn, as you wake up, you find that you had certainly latched your window closed when you went to bed, but it is open. The hot air is spilling into your room. as you are getting dressed, you realize you are missing one of your shoes.
Oh. One of my shoes is missing. I guess I'll look around. KayBee! Were you being nice and washing my shoes again and not return one?
Sorry. No.
No? Oh. I was hoping that would be the easy way of this problem.
You need me to make a shoe?
Well, or I suppose it probably wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to have an extra pair of shoes. So let me look for mine, and if you wouldn't mind making me one, I'll give you a little of my coin.
Okay, so I bend over with my universal carpenter square, and I
Mhm.
quickly measure his foot.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Yep.
You
I
have,
didn't even ask; I just did it.
Oh, okay, that's fine. No, yeah,
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's
you can add 1 measurement of Finn's foot to your inventory.
Sweet. And I peek at the other foot just to be sure it looks kind of the same size.
Yeah, it's fine.
Those are gonna sell for a lot on eBay.
What's
Lim-
eBay?
Limited edition.
I think Arlen leaves her room kind of doing a stretch in the morning. She feels pretty comfortable in this humidity, but looking around, she sees KayBee looking at Finn's feet and Garen kind of staring around. What exactly is going on?
Well, I've appeared to lost my shoe. I don't know where the other one is. And I swear that window was locked last night. But I don't know. I mean, there was something out there last night. I saw like a shadow. Thought maybe it was an animal or a cat or something. It was raining really bad. So I'm thinking maybe something was trying to get in. But I don't remember opening it.
Did you drink too much ale last night?
You know, I don't remember drinking a whole lot of ale, but also if someone drank a lot of ale, they probably wouldn't remember drinking a lot of ale. So,
Well, if you want me to find your other shoe, I could do that, but I mean, is it a very important shoe?
well, no, but I don't really want to walk around with one shoe and one bare foot.
Well, yeah, but KayBee's making you another shoe, right?
Yeah.
How
but
long would that take?
Did you check under your window?
Couple of hours.
Yeah, it'll take a little bit of time, I think. Yeah, I've tried checking everywhere. Can't seem to find the bloody thing.
Garen's
Right.
gonna go check under the window, or outside under where his window would be.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and roll me a survival or investigation check. And KayBee, are you going to immediately start making a shoe?
Yes.
Okay. Are you
So what I'm-
dividing your time doing one shoe and then another shoe, or are you doing them at the
I'm
same
doing
time?
only one shoe.
Oh, okay. That
Go
works.
ahead and roll me your tools that you will be using for
Yes.
cobbling.
So I have this new tool that it's an all-purpose tool. And actually KayBee's acting kind of strange recently. This morning when he got up, he was making a big deal about his armor. He had it all laid out. And after he's like doing this thing with his tools and touching it, it starts to glow. He puts it on. And it looks like it's a new set of armor, but it's his same old faded set of armor, but it has a little bit of a shine to it. And then he's got this new tool. And every time he brings it out, it looks a little bit different. Now it's cobbler's tools. So it's like, aha, I need to go find materials. So I march down the stairs, and I'm going to first go to the stables and see if I can scrounge something in the stables, leather and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So this is definitely going to take you a few hours just to get all the materials and make a high quality item that is going to not fall apart on the road. So with an 18, we see KayBee just take off. You tell anyone that where you're going?
Nope.
Okay.
Finn knows.
Okay.
I forgot to roll expertise on my survival, Stella.
Okay.
You want me to re-roll or add it?
You can re-roll. It's fine.
And before it's it's
Perfect.
The
It's the
same.
same thing. Exactly.
Awesome.
Okay, with the 14. So you kind of like lean out of the window and you look over to see the sill on the outer side, and you see these little scratch marks, and they seem to be quite fresh. As you kind of investigate, you run a finger over one of them and you bring it up to your nose to give it a smell. It smells very lightly of brimstone. This is definitely not a cat.
Finn, let me see your other shoe.
Oh, okay. And Finn hands the other shoe over to Arlen.
All right. She thinks for a second, and then holding the shoe, she begins to imagine its twin. And as she does, she casts Locate Object.
All right. Would you please post that into the chat for me?
I would love to post that into the chat for you.
Describe or name an object that is familiar to you. You sense the direction of the object's location as long as it's within 1,000 feet of you. If it's in motion, you know the direction of its movement. The spell can locate a specific object known to you as long as you have seen up close, within 30 feet at least once. Alternatively, locate the nearest object of a particular kind. Okay? Can't locate an object if any thickness of lead, even if it's a thin sheet, blocks a direct path. Okay. Excellent. Yes. So what does this look like as you're casting the spell and it's activated?
I think you see a yellow gem on her amulet kind of shine dimly as she's focusing, and allows her mind to just kind of like travel a little bit through the city in order to try to locate this. I don't think there's much of a like physical display around her or anything.
Okay. Yeah, so you definitely feel a tingle in a certain direction. You feel yourself just instinctively turn towards it, and you are now facing towards scrolling south. Just tell you how far it is. No. It is south from you. It is not moving.
All right, come on. I haven't got all day. We haven't got all day. I know vaguely where it is, but we need to go and get it.
How far away is it?
Say, this is about when Garen would be done inspecting the windowsill, and he'd be like, yeah, that was no cat on the windowsill.
What was it?
Not sure, but it smells like sulfur and brimstone.
Well, that's strange.
That's odd. Sulfur and brimstone.
What could it be? Could I get a history check or religion check from everyone? Except KayBee, you're not here. That's a 7 from Garen, a 17 from Finn, and a 23 from Arlen. Arlen, you remember something small, cat-like, and smells of brimstone? Absolutely. Must be the imp. Or an imp. Maybe not the same one.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe that our friendly imp finally came back.
Oh, do you think they might have found us?
Perhaps.
Did you happen to see an arrow stuck in that? I would like to get that arrow back from that imp.
Unfortunately, I just saw what looked like a shadow. So,
Okay.
thinking back, the shadow did not look like it had anything protruding out of it.
Well, I only have 10 minutes before this spell ends, so let us hurry so that I can track down where this thing is exactly.
Where's KayBee?
He went to go and I think get stuff for the shoe that he's making me.
Okay.
Well, just keep an eye out for them. If we run across them, then we'll get him to tag along.
Okay, I
Okay.
guess so.
Maybe shout his name through the town a little.
All right, so the three of you are going to start to head south.
Garen's got to grab Quick.
Okay.
And
So-
tell Quick where we're going.
Yeah,
that
so
KayBee can
you
find us.
see Quick is in the private lobby that connects all of your rooms, right? You're all on the 3rd floor of the Wicker Goat here in Saltmarsh. And you see that Quick is already up and seems to be polishing his blades. And as you approach, they look up at you and cant their head, a curious eye, dark and wild with color.
Quick. We are about to head out. If you see Quick, or if you see KayBee, let him know we're headed south.
Quick stands up and gives you a very deep bow of their head.
Okay. Take care.
And they begin to resume what they were doing.
Garen walks out.
So your spell is pointing you south. Are you running?
Probably at like a quick walk, slow jog.
Okay. So the street is definitely at this point full of people. You see that there are miners, there are laborers, there are adventurers, a number of different folk that are sort of pushing and shouldering their way through the street here, trying to maneuver around wagons that are actively moving as well. And with your slightly quickened pace, you find that it is becoming a little hindered. You get to about... Here, let's throw a little map up here. You get to about the bridge, Sharkfin Bridge, and you feel that it is pointing you southwest when your spell ends.
Southwest is this way, right?
Yeah.
All right.
And I'll say at this time, sorry I cut you off.
Go for it.
This time, KayBee, you make your way to the stable, and you find that there are maybe 1 or 2 employees currently. One of them is shoveling hay, another one is actively brushing a very fine beast. They don't seem to notice you.
Hello.
See a young man stop as he's brushing this horse, and he looks down at you.
Hey,
Oh,
I need stuff. I gotta make a shoe. Do you have like an old saddle? I need leather. Wood? You got something? Maybe I'll pay you some money.
the young man slowly crouches down so he's closer to eye level with you, and he looks around. He says, "My father owns this stable. I'm sure we've got stuff. A shoe? Just
For my
one?
friend. Yeah, he lost his shoe.
Oh. All right. I'll see what I can do." And
I kind of shake my coin purse, and you can hear the jingle of coin.
oh, and as soon as he realizes your offer, he seems to perk up, and there's a bit of a pep in his step as he carries off. And he comes back a few minutes later, his arms full of a large saddle. And you can see that there are a number of pockmarks in it. You can see that it has definitely seen battle at some point. There's a large gouge in it from where a blade had fallen, and it seems to be in a state of disrepair. One of the stirrups is completely missing, and he sets it down with a huff and says, "I'll sell this to you for 1 gold."
Oh, that's kind of pricey. I look it over real carefully to see if I think I can make it at least a shoe out of it. I imagine that size, it probably has plenty of material.
Oh yeah, you can definitely make a pair of shoes from this.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Here's 1 gold.
Thanks. The saddle is bigger than you, KayBee. This is for a war horse.
Yeah, so I'll drag it off to the corner and start looking it over and choosing some pieces. So I'm going to make something very specific.
Okay, yeah.
Oh.
Are you going to start crafting it right there?
Absolutely. And
Okay.
this is important. Today is a day of adventure. We need to hit the road.
Absolutely.
So
Okay. So
Finn
we'll
needs
carry
a
over
shoe.
that 18 that you rolled earlier.
Nice.
So yeah, tell me what this shoe looks like.
Yeah, I need Finn to see it before I can really.
Okay, so we see
Yes.
this montage, like the camera's like looking down at the saddle, but then it pivots and we see KayBee's face. What does your face look like while you're crafting this shoe?
So I think my eyebrows are one is cocked, and I'm kind of like, I'm really focused. And I just dive in there and I start pulling it apart, and I get my knife out and I start cutting lacings on it and pulling it apart, and I look at a piece and throw it over my shoulder, and there's probably a pile of pieces as I disassemble it, and I'm super focused on my work, and my tongue sticks out, and I bite my tongue a little bit because I'm, kind of really looking in, focused on it.
Everyone knows that just manage to really hit the details just right if you stick your tongue out a little bit.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, excellent. And the camera fades to black on KayBee and resumes on the party as you are standing here near Sharkfin Bridge.
So with the spell having run out, as I'm kind of reaching this crossing and seeing that it's kind of pointing southwest, is there a way I could make a check or anything to see if I could determine like what house or building I think it was pointing me to?
Yeah, let's see. We'll go with your gut here and using a little bit of your critical thinking. So go ahead and roll me either insight for gut or roll me investigation for critical thinking.
Navigation.
Insight 24. Oh. Yes. Okay, 24. Excellent. Yeah. So you're kind of scanning around as your spell begins to fade, and you definitely feel it. Your instinct tells you and draws you towards number 7 here on the map, which is the faithful quartermasters of Ayuz.
And can you remind me, because I know we've heard about Ayuz before, but I forgot. Can you remind me what Ayuz is? It's a god?
Yeah, Ayuz has a bit of a mixed reputation. People from far away know that this is one of a few gods that are seen as foul. I think you had rolled really high on your religion check before. You would know that Ayuz is a half-fiend or a demon demigod known as Lord of the Abyss. However, it seems that this deity is worshipped from very, very far away. And to get to the point where, like, a whole town is okay with having them set up a permanent outpost, there must be some kind of tolerance or understanding or at least beneficial relationship here. And especially with what they can do, bringing in magical items, especially ones that you specifically request. That's not a service that's available everywhere.
Okay. Oh, so these were the same magical item people that we had gone to before.
Yes, precisely. That is where you met the tiefling quartermaster named Captain Zendros.
Got it. Well, Finn, it looks like the priests of Ayuz took your shoe. Or someone involved with them.
Oh, why?
Was there anything in your shoe that you think was worth taking?
Well, I had never thought my shoes were anything fancy. Had my foot, but that was out of it at that point. I don't know. And as you sort of thinking about this, DM, you'd said that the day was really hot, right?
Yeah,
It's
it is
super
hot, especially as like y'all have been moving through the crowd here, doing a light jog. There's definitely a layer of wet.
What? What?
Sweat. Oh my god. You're sweaty.
Sweaty. Okay. We are now wetty.
Whatever you say, Dungeon Daddy.
Yes, Dungeon Daddy. So in the case that it is really warm, Finn is going to, because you said we're by the bridge, right? Are we close enough to the water?
Yeah, you can.
Okay,
Easily.
I'm gonna dip my foot in the water and
so-
feel a sigh of relief because I've been running around with my foot bare on a very hot floor.
Diaboli to you. Thank you so much for the draws from the deck of many.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Oh no!
Dang. All right, we're going to get some
Oh.
chaos up in here. Please confirm what you would like to do with your very generous tip.
Thank
Okay.
you
So
so
yeah,
much.
so Finn kind of peels off, and so the bridge is definitely like kind of an arch, and it does suspend away from the water, but there is a path that sort of winds down a set of stairs that go down into the water. So Finn maneuvers over and sticks his foot in the water. It is relieving, yes. You see, as you're wiggling your toes in the water, there are a number of fish that are slowly beginning to drift towards you. Tell me when to stop. This could be very bad.
Stop.
Okay. All right. I might as well do them all now. Emma, please tell me when to stop. I
Stop.
feel really good about this one.
I hope it's a bad one that I haven't gotten yet.
GeekDice, please tell me when to stop.
I don't feel good yet. Don't stop yet. Stop.
Yeah? You want that one? Okay.
I don't know.
And last but not least, Godfather.
I'm gonna say it again. I said it in chat. Diablo. I mean this with all the love in my heart. Fuck you. Stop.
All right. Cool. All right, let me write these down real quick. The fish are beginning to approach you, Finn,
Yay.
but you can react here.
Okay. He just wants to dip in his foot for just a little bit. Nothing to do with the cards. I had already in this in my mind. He's just gonna take his foot out, and be like, "Oh man, that feels a little bit better." Oh, good God! Don't ever run barefoot on a hot day. It's not fun.
When you pull your foot out of the water, there is a fish that has latched onto your big toe. You didn't even feel
Oh.
it.
Oh,
As you begin to flail your toe around, it does not let go.
oh. Starts wiggling his foot. Get
It
off,
doesn't
buddy.
let go.
Oh, well, all right. And he'll grab the back of the fish and try to yank it off of my toe.
Okay. Yeah, you yank it off and you find that the serrated teeth kind of like, and you take
Ow!
1 point of damage.
Ow! I knew I was going to regret that one.
You now have a fish in your hand.
Oh,
You still have your toe.
thank God. Damn thing.
Not what I would call the best way of angling a fish in.
I wasn't trying to fish. Apparently, my foot is very tasty. I don't know, but I don't know what to do with this fish. You'll
Just put it back in the water.
Oh, throws it.
Splash, it's gone forever.
All right. Well, now my feet feel a little bit better, or they did. Now they're in pain. What do we do now?
Well, you'll need to go and talk to the priest of Ayus. Get your shoe back.
Okay.
Do I have any idea why, like, an imp or someone who summoned an imp would want a shoe, or what they could do with that?
No idea. Never heard
Okay.
of this kind of. This is ridiculous. It's something out of a kid's story.
Okay.
So
Yeah, just go up, tell them that we know that some imp took your shoe and is in the building.
So it is going to be a bit of a distance. You have to make your way over to the quartermaster here. So do you want to join Finn? Is Finn going by himself?
Oh no, I'll come.
Okay.
It's just part of his training, his adventurer training.
Gotcha.
He needs to
Yes.
stick up for himself when he's been wronged.
Gotcha.
And cut by fish, apparently.
Excellent. So as the group of you begin to make your way towards the faithful quartermasters of Ayuz, you come to a stop. And Finn, something in your core gravitates you off to the side of the building. It doesn't direct you to go in. And as you're looking at the alleyway beside this building, you see that there is a hunched, dark figure, shadowed. And they seem to be manipulating something on the ground. You can hear the gentle click of a metallic tool touching the cobblestone. Precisely. Very good acting, Emma. You can have DM inspiration for that.
Yay!
Yeah, so you feel a pull. And as Garen and Arlen just stand there, you see Finn beginning to slowly step forward. Finn, as you do, you hear the din of the city around you slowly beginning to fade. It gets kind of quiet. And you feel sort of oppressive darkness looming on the edge of your mind. You have drawn the Fool card. As you approach whoever this is, you lose a memory. What memory do you lose?
God, what memory do I lose?
You want a minute to think about it?
You know what? I'll just go ahead and say that I'll forget. Who was it? The cat person that we met on our first adventure?
Grin.
Grin, yeah. I'll just say that for some reason in this moment, Grin just completely erases from my mind.
Okay, yeah. So you begin to wonder about imps. You had met a very strange individual on your way to Saltmarsh, some warlock perhaps, but they begin to elude your memory. And for some reason, they just vanish, all traces from your mind. And as you walk up to this person, you can see, looking over their shadow, their shoulder, that they have disassembled your shoe. You see that there is the sole on the ground, and it seems they have cut away all of the leather of your boot. They have neatly set the string off to one side, and they are cutting little squares out of your boot. And as you approach, they don't seem to notice you or hear you. And a little tiny head peers out from underneath their robe, looking at you with two beady eyes that are reflective, like a cat's in the dark.
Excuse me? What are you doing with my shoe?
Oh! You see a young woman as she turns around with a jolt, looking up at you with bright blue eyes. She looks embarrassed. You see that there's a flush over her face, and she immediately drops whatever she was holding. There's a clink and a clack as her tools fall down. You see the eyes peering from underneath her robe just disappear. Oh, hello. Good morning. What?
I was asking what. Good morning to you as well. Who are you, and what are you doing with my shoe?
My name is Ella. Who are you? What do you... Oh. She kind of slumps a little as she looks at the shoe. She holds up the sole with literally nothing attached to it. This is yours?
Yes, that was mine. It was stolen from me last night in the place I was staying.
Oh. I'm so sorry. You can hear a thunk as she kicks something. Can't quite see what it is because her robes flow all the way down and they skirt past her heels. She kicks something and there's a little thud. underneath her robes. I thought this had no owner. I thought it was a piece of trash. I'm so sorry. Here. And she holds the soul out to you.
Oh. Okay. He'll take the soul. Well, thanks. Is there any particular reason why you have interest in taking apart a shoe? Is there something you need out of a shoe? Like, what's... If you don't mind me asking.
Actually, I do mind you asking. I'm so sorry. I don't really know how to... I sincerely apologize. I don't really have any coin to reimburse you. It's nothing nefarious, I promise.
We're still nearby, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
depending on whether or not you want to eavesdrop, if you're close enough, whatever. So visually what you see is Finn has come upon someone in this dark alleyway and is now speaking with them. She has handed over some kind of like shape of a padded thing over to Finn. And she seems to be very nervous, wringing her hands, and you just see Finn's back.
Okay. I'd like to be close enough to eavesdrop if I can, so that I can give him notes later.
Okay, yeah,
But-
I'm gonna give that to you. Yes.
Okay.
We love
but
notes.
Also, I want to, if I could, roll insight on this woman,
Absolutely.
just to see if
Anybody can
she
roll insight.
actually means that it wasn't on purpose.
I'm
Absolutely.
definitely-
Arlen has 2 blessings, KayBee has 1, Garen has 1, Finn has 1.
Nice.
Okay.
This-
That's a 13 insight from Arlen, 20 insight from Finn, 22 from Garen. Okay, you all absolutely get the feeling that this person is genuine. You don't get anything that seems to alert red flags in your mind. Definitely suspicious. Why are they doing this in the middle of the day? I mean, middle of the morning, in a dark alleyway, hunched over like this. But
Kicking an imp.
maybe.
Hmm.
Curious, certainly.
Hmm.
Nefarious? To be yet determined.
I'd say Garen would walk up next to Finn and be like, "Oh, I do believe you owe my friend a bit of an explanation for taking his boot, even if you didn't realize it was owned."
See them taking a deep breath and they bite their lip. I can't tell you. As much as I want to, I can't. It's for your own good.
Why can't
My
you tell
own
us?
good?
Yes, your own good.
We tend to find trouble, so
Yeah.
may as well just tell us.
I mean, if you yourself are being, and I'm just going on a limb, if you are being told or told by somebody to do something nefarious-ish for your own personal safety, just tell us who and what it is, and we can probably take care of it. I don't want you to, I guess, be in fear of telling us because you think there'll be repercussions. We don't want to hurt anyone unless they're being hurt. But especially this is weird. Like, I don't understand what a shoe could possibly mean or do, but...
Well... And you can see her beginning to take a few steps back. This alleyway is a dead end. She has nowhere to go.
Mhm.
She begins to retreat a little bit. And you see one of her hands begin to slide into a pouch on her side.
We don't want to harm you.
Yeah, we're
Pulls-
not...
She pulls out a little lump of fur and what looks like a piece of coal. She begins to say a word in a strange language you don't understand. She casts a spell. All of a sudden, spilling from her and then out 60 feet, easily also wrapping over Arlen and spilling out into the street. You hear a wagon beginning to careen and people shouting and screaming as she casts darkness. Magical darkness spreads from a point that she chose, which is herself, and it fills a radius of 15 feet. And it wraps around corners, and you cannot see through this even with dark vision. How do you react? So all of a sudden, you just don't see anything.
What's going on?
Well-
We swear we're trying to help you. What are you doing?
Garen is human and used to not being able to see in darkness, so he just kind of spreads his arms out. He knows what she's planning.
Okay. So Arlen, you just see this like wall of darkness just go and just like rushes out and hits you and washes over you. You're muted.
All right. I gotta. Yeah, I think this would work. I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire.
Ooh, okay, go ahead and post that into the chat for me. Each object in a 20-foot cube within range is outlined in a color of your choice. Okay, so everyone's gonna have to make dexterity saving throws. I need one from Garen, one from Finn, and then one from Ella.
Oh, it's
Aw.
not Bella Twilight?
No, sorry.
Dang it. My save DC is 13.
Okay, she has a modifier of +2.
Dang it!
So she saves. So what outline color does Finn and Garen take as you cast this spell?
Pink.
Okay. So all of a
Alright.
sudden, Finn and Garen, there is magical darkness washing over you, and you can see a little, very, very faint outline of yourself and Garen. And you can perceive that there is the sound of something rushing. You hear the ruffling of cloth. And then nothing. You hear people shouting and general chaos behind you.
What is this outline? What have you done now?
What? is
Oh, it's
going
fine.
on?
And she dispels it.
Oh,
I know
thought-
it
I
might
thought
have
it
made
was
it
a-
easier for us to get out.
Do you want to chase her? Or should we leave it?
Where? Chase her where?
I don't know, wherever she was going.
where did it end?
Yeah, she got past us.
Well,
Where did
yeah,
she go
but
from
I
here?
can find her again.
I'm just wondering what the hell my shoe has to do with all of this.
I mean, it's your shoe, Finn. If you want to continue to track her down.
I mean, yes, but I know that we have this other thing we have to take care of.
We have
Um,
2 days. We can spend some time dealing with the case of the missing shoe.
Okay. Sure then. Fine. Then he'll say, hold on to whatever piece of shoe he has, and said, okay,
It's literally
Alright.
just the soul.
yeah.
I cast locate object again.
Okay.
On something distinct she was wearing.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so she was wearing, we'll say, just some really plain black robes. However, we'll say that she was cutting these little squares out of the leather. And you can see that there are a few left over. She swiped a few up, but has left a few behind. So you could very reasonably use that instead if you wanted. It
Yeah.
seems kind of unlikely you'd be able to use her robe because it was very nondescript.
Let's do it.
Okay. Yeah, so you cast this spell again, and it points you north. Back the direction you had come from.
All right. Arlen's running.
Okay. Run, 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 run,
Is-
run.
Is it still darkness?
Eventually, once you run 15 feet away from that point, not anymore.
Okay. Well, then I'll run as best I can.
Okay. You all definitely trip and bump and crash into people and things, and it's very awkward, but you manage to stumble out of the magical darkness. And you begin to make your way north. And as you do, KayBee, we'll say that a few hours have passed, and you now have a boot.
A boot.
What is KayBee's next course of action after making... Well, I guess I shouldn't presume it's a boot. You have one fin-sized shoe in your inventory.
Yes, I do.
You want to take any scraps with you?
I kept the remainder.
Okay.
I put it up in our room, what have you. And I have Quick help me. And then I just sit smiling in a chair, in a stool at the bar, and just like waiting impatiently for Finn to come back. And if I don't see Finn come back right away, then I will probably go to my room and I'm going to complete what I wanted to do the day before, and that is recall my friend.
Okay. Yes. So tell me what this spell looks like as you are finding familiar.
Yes, finding familiar. So it takes a little while to do it, and I have to lay out all these materials that I had purchased the day prior and burn some incense, and there's some feathers, and I have to clean the feathers, and I lay them out, you know, and I've realized that by choosing different feathers, I'm able to change the color of how friend appears. And I was very careful to choose gray and white and you know the certain color that I like friend to look like. So I lay them all out, and it takes me a few minutes as I begin to weave the spell that brings the feathers together and they float in the air as they come together in the form of my little bird familiar friend.
So as you're doing this, you feel first, before the manifestation of your familiar, before it actually exists on this plane again, the very first thing you feel is that connection. You have a telepathic link with your friend, and as it does, you feel a wash of information just rush over you. You have drawn the Vizier card.
Ooh.
You get to ask one question, and I will answer as truthfully and forthcoming as I can.
And I can save that for later?
No, you have to use it right now.
Can I have a minute?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So as you're doing this, you're basically not on the same timeline as everyone else right now,
No
because
worries.
this takes you
No
some
worries.
time. So we see Arlen, Garen, and Finn rushing back towards Sharkfin Bridge. As you do, Arlen, your spell is pointing you towards the other side of the bridge. This general area. You feel that you are very close.
Arlen's gonna jump into the water and swim to the other side
Ooh,
because
okay.
she figures that'll be faster than trying to cross the crowded bridge.
Yeah, there are a lot of people everywhere.
Oh, huh.
And those fish.
I get along with fish. It's fine.
I
But the piranhas get along with you.
So describe this dive. Like as you're like rushing into the water and you like jump in, everyone's like, "Oh!" And there's definitely a bit of a spectacle as you lunge into the water and emerge on the other side.
Yeah, it's just a really beautiful dive, just going straight into the water, breaking away from the group and kind of leaving them in the dust a little bit to get to the other side of the bridge themselves. Then she quickly, and very without any stumbling or awkwardness, just kind of dives out of the water back onto land into like a run to try to cut this woman off.
You absolutely do. You see that Ella was not anticipating this whatsoever. She skids to a halt right in front of you. You can see that she looks very flustered. There is sweat dripping down her brow. She's wearing a heavy, dark robe, and it is smoldering hot today.
Mm-hmm.
She's out of breath, heaving. She seems
All right, you can stop running now.
Please, let me go. Listen, he can't know.
Why not?
If I tell you, will you promise me that you won't tell him?
Of course.
Let me catch my breath. She leans up against a post. She regains her posture, her composure. All right. I sent my familiar on a errand. I'm a collector of cursed items. And your friend is cursed.
He's cursed.
Yes. I was trying to divine what kind of curse it is. However, the nature of cursed items can be quite precarious. In some cases, people don't know that they're cursed. In some cases, if they find out, it could onset a number of different factors that can be dangerous. Might activate something within him. It might cause him to explode. I was hoping to figure it out.
All right, well, and she seems to be telling the truth, right?
Yeah, if you want to roll an insight check, you can do that too. His soul is cursed. Haha. Hehe.
Can I use my GM advantage to roll again?
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll again. We'll take the first number. Okay, with the 10, yeah, you definitely get the sense from before, the same level of being genuine and forthcoming.
All right. Well, here's the deal. If he's cursed, then I'll keep your secret. You keep trying to investigate this, and if you find anything out, come and let me know.
Okay. Who are you?
Oh, I'm Arlen.
Arlen. I'm Ella. Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you. Start running. I'll make it look like you got away.
Okay. She holds out her hand to as an offer to shake yours.
She'll shake.
Okay. As your hand clasps with hers, there's a little tiny bit of a spark. It feels like an electric tingle. And she cants her head. She looks at you, kind of curiously. Then you can hear the roar of people being like, "Hey, what are you doing? Ha, slow down!" Coming from the bridge. She like, oh, she lets go, and then she keeps running.
Okay.
And
Got
she
it.
disappears.
I'm gonna look really exhausted. And look that direction like she got away and I was too late.
Okay, roll me deception or performance.
Okay. Am I good at either of those? Not particularly.
You don't have to be good, you just have to roll well. All right.
Can I use one of my...
Yeah, use your
my
blessing. Emma
one of
uses
my
blessing.
blessings?
Turn that 8 into an 8.
Can I
one
use
more.
my other blessing?
Yeah, you can. 19.
Wow.
Very good. Okay. Yeah, it's
that was a
very
story.
convincing. I would say that's high enough that like no one will be able to contest that because yeah. All right, yeah. So Garen and Finn, you eventually meet up with Arlen. Arlen looks winded.
Oh, did you miss her?
Yeah, she got away. As I came out of the water, she disappeared into a crowd. I tried to get an eye on her, but she got around the corner and I don't know where she went.
Oh man,
And
I was
can't
wondering-
really cast the spell again.
okay. Man, I really thought that you were going to catch her when you did the water. Cause I'm like, why did she dive? And then I thought, oh, it's gonna be faster. But damn.
I know it's
Oh.
a fat chance, but yeah, no.
For the 10
That 10
survival, you try to find traces. Too many people, too many moving things, too much noise. They're gone.
I have a survival. Can I try?
Sure. DC is going to be like 20. Nope, not
Oh,
good enough.
Damn. Almost. That's
Well,
one of my good stats.
Same.
We should probably try and meet back up with KayBee. I mean, he was making you a shoe anyway.
Yeah, true. And I really would like. And I looked at my foot. How is my big toe? Is it like when I ripped it off? Is it like?
You're fine.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
All
It
right,
was
fine.
a funny hee. You took 1 point of damage.
Okay,
thing. Yeah,
okay. All right. Small little cut. Okay, never mind then.
you're fine.
All right, then I'm like, yeah, I really am sick and tired of my foot hurting from the heat of the ground. I'd like to go get a shoe.
Okay.
All right.
So we'll say that this is about the time that y'all begin to make your way. Well, actually, do you want to go buy a shoe or just wait for KayBee to go
I'm
back?
gonna wait for KayBee because he was intent on making me one, or he was okay with making me one. He seemed to be excited about it. I don't
Okay.
want to be disrespectful.
Perfect. So the camera cuts back over to KayBee. You're in the middle of casting this spell, and you feel friend before you see friend. You have drawn the Vizier card. You can ask one question.
Friend, what did you see? What? Yeah, I got questions about that.
Ask one question.
Yeah, where do I need to be and what do I need to do when the boat comes ashore?
Oh. So,
Right, because there was this,
mhm,
I think we had the journal and there was a code.
exactly.
We thought there was like signals with the lantern or something, but I need to know when and where and how.
Yeah, so the feathers begin to gather together and they begin to form the outline and a glow of an owl shape. And the first thing that comes into existence are the eyes, and you stare deeply into the eyes of Friend, your owl familiar. And as you do, the camera sees KayBee's eyes go white, as if you're possessing your familiar. And you lose all sense of your physical body as you are transported into this vision. And you have a vision of a boat somewhere off of some rocky shore near Saltmarsh. And you hear a disembodied voice. It is a voice that has no tone, no lilt, no connotations. It is a voice of feeling. And you know this to be Friend's voice. It's not a voice in the way that mortals speak to each other. It's a pure sharing of data, of information. And you are able to divine that the boat that you seek, it'll be 6 days from now. And it'll be back towards the haunted house.
And do I know the signals? Do I understand the signals needed to tell them to come ashore?
Yeah.
Sweet.
And then the vision shifts over to a book that you had before.
Yep.
And it shows a code. It's the code. It's in one of these notepad files. Yeah, there was a code. Long, short, short, short. Short, long, short, long. Long, long, long. And you feel yourself being pulled towards the second one. Short, long, short, long. That's what they're going to be expecting you to say.
Sweet.
That is what you need to reply with. What it means? Unsure. That is the key.
By the way, even though
I
Garen
boot
doesn't
friend.
know any of that, he is from now on going to call that book the Notepad.
Yeah, and
No.
then you resume back into your body and I don't know what. Woohoo!
There's a flutter of wings, there's a hoo-hoo, and there's a boop.
What does Friend look like now?
Exactly as they were before. He's a tiny little owl. He's technically what you would call I think they're called a dwarf owl or a midget owl. They're tiny. They look like a baby owl, but really he's full grown. And his body is only about like 5 inches tall. He's just a wee owl.
Okay. Excellent. And we'll say that just as Friend flutters and begins to rest down in front of you, you can hear people beginning to clamber up onto the 3rd floor of the Wicker Goat.
Okay, I stand up and I hide something behind my back.
Okay? Are you in your bedroom? Are you in the private lobby?
I think I'm in the lobby.
Okay. So we'll say that Quick is sitting across from you and has been watching you the entire time. And as Arlen, Garen, and Finn join KayBee and Quick the top floor, Quick stands up and sheathes their sword. They seem ready to go wherever it is you want to take them. KayBee is hiding something behind his back.
And he's kind of smiling and he's rocking back and forth.
And Garen would have been late showing up because he probably went overboard trying to clean the mud off of his boots.
Garen's last.
Yeah.
Where's Finn?
He'll kind of just re-show back up, and he'll kind of he'll find some place to sort of kind of wash off his foot a little bit because it's been out, and he just wants to wash his foot, get it to look a little bit presentable, better, at least better. And then I guess he'll kind of bump into KayBee. I guess go upstairs, see KayBee, like, oh hi,
Hi.
how'd everything go?
Oh, really good. Yeah. I hope you like it. And I bring out this boot. It is a knee-high boot. It's made from this rich reddish brown leather.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't at all look like a saddle, but that's entirely what it's made from. And it's clearly, it is an adventurer's boot. It's a man's boot. You know, somebody like a ranger. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
It's up to the knee, and you look at it and you look at the toe. The toe has a little curl, and you realize it's like, oh dang, that's exactly the style of boot that KayBee wears. And then on the instep, there's this delicate little flower, green flower with pink petals that's sewn into the leather. And it's like, oh, that's just like KayBee's boot. And I hold it up with two hands. I made this just for you. I hope it fits.
Oh, so nice of you. Yes, of course. And he'll go to put it on, and
It's so comfortable. It fits you like a glove. You put it on and it is exactly the right size. You're not going to need to break it in. It's perfect.
You did really good work, KayBee. I love this. This is my favorite boot.
Oh, that's nice. I'm glad. Thank you.
Yes. And then he'll go to be like, well, I told you, because this looks like this was a lot of craftsman work. Do I owe you anything for this? I
No.
would really like to owe you. No?
No, adventurers, not a problem.
All right. Well, I'm indebted to you. Just know you that.
Yeah, so I'm real happy.
All right. So the group of you are gathered here, and we'll say that by now it's probably late morning.
All right, well, now that we at least have a substitute shoe, we should get going to meet our friends that are heading to town. We don't want them to get too close if they really are dangerous.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything that anybody wants to pick up on your way out as you begin to make your way towards the direction that Farron the druid had pointed you towards?
No, I'd say we are good.
All right.
Is Quick in good shape? I know they had been hurt before.
Yeah, you can see that Quick absolutely sports a number of wounds, but they seem to be in fighting form. They are standing straight backed. You can see that there is a bit of pride in the way they carry themselves. They are definitely trying to look stronger than they are, but you definitely don't get the sense of like, oh, you need bed rest.
Okay, thanks.
They're tough. All right.
Yep. Everybody. Yeah, I got something to tell you. And when we have a private moment in our room there, I tell everybody about the vision I had when I recalled Friend. You know, it's right there. I don't know, maybe Friend saw it. I think it's like 6 days. We got to go back to the haunted house, and we got to do short, long.
6 days. Okay.
Yeah, that boat will be coming.
Okay.
Good work, KB.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's friend. That's why
You're-
he's my friend.
You're becoming a great adventurer.
Oh, thanks.
She just kind of smiles down at him. And then it's like, all right, let's get moving.
All right. So the group of you make your way out of Saltmarsh. And you begin to make your way into the wilds. Who is leading the group?
I'd say Garen would be leading.
Go ahead and roll me a survival check.
Don't roll bad this time.
22, very good. So you find that the day continues to be oppressively hot. You are all sticky and you are all stinky as a sheen of sweat just perpetually hovers on your body. And as you're making your way through, you find that the path begins to diverge from the patrolled roads and you are heading into the wilderness. You find that a number of hours pass by. They are uncomfortable, unbearable. Finn, you find that the one shoe that KayBee had made for you, absolutely perfect. Even with your foot being sore from walking on hot pavement all day, your KayBee shoed foot is actually more comfortable than the other one. As you are making your way through brambles, over knotted tree roots, and just pushing through. We'll say that it is about early evening time that you all begin to feel a bit tired, and you have made some pretty good progress despite the weather being very uncomfortable. Come to a clearing. This is an opportunity to take a rest if you wanted.
I mean,
Garen would have held up to make certain everybody got in to make a decision.
Like this is a good spot for a long rest or a short rest.
Garen would know that this is a good defensible spot here to do either.
We could stay here until morning, or we can rest up and continue to march on.
I'm good with either one.
Well, I used some spells earlier on the hunt, and so it
Mhm.
might be best for us to try to rest before we encounter whatever these things are.
I can cook a nice meal, maybe.
Yeah, it doesn't sound bad.
Okay.
All right. So y'all begin to shrug off your packs and you set up camp. Who collects the firewood?
I guess I could. I mean, I have a hand axe.
Okay. So Finn goes off to collect some firewood. KayBee is going to cook. What would Arlen like to do?
Arlen is going to kind of look around the camp and try to find spots where they could potentially be attacked from if they were to be ambushed in the night.
Mm-hmm.
Just so that she can tell the people who are watching or who are doing watches during the night, hey, really kind of make sure you're watching these areas.
Absolutely.
22 survival. Would Garen also know?
Yeah, we'll
likely
say
approaches?
we'll say that the two of you work together doing this, and you definitely get the sense of all right, we're in a marsh. There are some high ground points and there's some low ground. You can see that there are some really thick, brambly, thorny bushes off to this side. Very likely things won't go through there because if they do, they'll get snagged and held off. So it's a naturally defensible barrier there. You're able to see that there is a pathway north-ish and a pathway east-ish that you could potentially see something come through, but it is easily defensible. Garen picked a very good spot.
Awesome. Love it.
All right, KayBee, what are you cooking for dinner?
So I'm thinking I would have tried to have collected some berries and some herbs along the road, but probably I'm working with whatever rations we had. Still, nonetheless, I want to make something truly delicious. So if I had found anything that was, a wild vegetable or fruit, I'd be worried about my friend's health. So I'm actually going to put a little bit of magic into it to ensure that it's safe for them to eat. But then I'm also going to season it. I've learned some wizard spells because I'm not only an artificer, I'm also a wizard. And I'm going to try to season it with some of the flavors and the spices that I've learned along the coast here since we've come. I always try to help other people when they're cooking and just watch what they're doing and try to learn a little bit. So I'm going to pour some love and some magic into this. I'm going to purify food and drink as a ritual casting to help ensure that my friends eat well and they're safe. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to use prestidigitation to make it seasoned and delightful. Try to bring out the freshness of some of the summer plants, but not overdo it because I know some people don't like a lot of spice.
Yeah, absolutely. You have access to a lot of different things while you were in Saltmarsh, and you already had been role-playing, going through the market and picking up this and that. So we'll definitely say that you can do whatever you want here with all of that, especially with the spells as well. So when everyone gathers together, Finn returns with a decent load of firewood. KayBee makes a grand meal. And even with a 10, no, it's good. It's very good. Especially since you've been moving through the heat. By now, by the time you finish cooking, the sun has begun to set, and there is a bit of relief as the temperature slowly begins to drop. So what kind of form do you want this to take? Do you want it to be like a brew, a soup? Do you want it to be like a hearty meal?
I think it's a stew. And I don't know what kind of meat we had in the ration, but there's these big lumps of juicy meat, and then of course there's potatoes and carrots. So it's very stew. It's very stew-like. And KayBee looks a little bit worried about what he cooked. He's like looking at everybody's face to face to see if anybody is like frowning or anything. He's worried.
This is very important. I need you to pick what kind of meat it is.
It's ration meat. You don't ask.
Go ahead and roll me a 1d3, KayBee.
It's ration meat. Is it mystery meat?
Okay, a 3. It is salted fish.
Okay, good. Yeah. Arlen loves it.
Oh, thank God.
Garen sits down and just shovels it into his mouth, almost like he's not even tasting it.
Finn's also takes a good hearty bowl of it and eats it. Oh, you did very well, KayBee. This is delicious.
I gotta do better.
Of course you did. It's KayBee.
Yeah.
You know that clip of, I think it's like MasterChef or something, where like the judges are talking to a contestant about like how good the dish is, and Gordon's just kind of off to the side, like eating all of it, and then like licks the plate clean and doesn't really say anything, but just does that. That's kind of what Arlen does. She's just like chowing down like really quickly and like licks the bowl clean.
KayBee takes notes. He takes notes to what people like and what they didn't like. Don't do that again.
Excellent. All right, with your bellies full of delicious food, you begin to unwind for the night. Is there anything special anybody wants to do? It'll be assumed that you will take turns doing watch. But other than that, there is time for downtime activities here.
I'd say Garen would go looking around for various plants that might not be healthy to eat.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, all right. Garen, with a 17, you wander off. You begin to scrounge around, forage. You know what to look for here. You're pretty knowledgeable of these sort of things. You know what to eat. You know what to not eat. And you're definitely looking for the latter. As you do, you notice that there is a path. It seems that some large kind of creature moved through this area. It doesn't seem very fresh. Probably a few hours. You see that has broken a number of twigs. A large barreling body had broken a few branches as it moved through here. And it leads away from camp. You want to follow?
Yes, but he's going to do so stealthily, hopefully.
Okay. With a 14 stealth. Yeah,
can
you
go with a
begin
25.
So you begin to make your way following the footsteps. You see these large imprints in the dried mud here. You can see that the mud has definitely been caked over by the heat of the day, and this was way earlier in the day, whatever it went through here. And you eventually find that it leads to the opening of a cave. And as you approach the opening of the cave, you catch the whiff of something decaying.
Right now is when I wish I had taken a proficiency in something knowledge-based. But let's try. Maybe I'll roll well. 10 nature.
10 nature. You listen. You try to utilize each and every one of your senses here. Try to use the exposition of your knowledge as someone who has been around different creatures, different things. This is definitely some kind of a beast. The 10 nature, you don't get the sense whatever it was is still alive. You look down, you can see that there is blood. Dried blood. Making its way into the cave.
Garen will cautiously enter the cave.
Okay. As you do, you slowly make your way through. You occasionally kick a pebble, and it clatters very quietly. But it doesn't ring, or it doesn't seem to disturb anything within. Eventually, you make your way into a bit of an open chamber. You can see that the ceiling has partially collapsed, so you can see the dying light of the day slowly filtering in. And what you behold on the other side of this chamber is a nest. And in the nest is an egg.
Does Garen see anything else in the chamber besides the nest?
So the light is pouring over the nest, and the other parts of the chamber are quite dark, including the span of where you are to the egg.
All right. He would kind of stay along one edge of the chamber.
Okay.
Trying to keep his eyes away from the light so maybe they can adjust back to the dark.
Absolutely. And as you do, you can see that the other way around the chamber that you had not taken, you see a large hulking figure on the ground, and it has not moved at all. It looks like a corpse of an animal. Even as you kick another pebble, it doesn't even stir. It's not even breathing.
All right,
And you
he
make
would
it to the
still-
egg.
Yeah, he would still cautiously pick up the egg, look for any response.
So as you
And then-
approach the egg, you realize this is a giant fucking egg, right? Like this egg,
Oh,
it
Oh,
is
not-
it is like a watermelon.
oh.
A long watermelon.
He'd pick it up, cautiously creep around along the backside again, and
There's no response from the thing.
he'd make his way out.
Right.
At the very
You-
least, it's one big omelet in the morning.
You escape the cave with a very large egg. You had drawn the comet card. I would say this is a successful encounter. You instantly level up.
Oh my god.
You got that twice.
He's
Wow.
2 levels higher than
no.
us now.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm gonna need a dex save from you as you make your way back to the camp with this egg. Let's see if you drop it.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna use my one of my inspiration.
All right. Yeah. Oh my
I
god.
didn't need it.
You didn't need it.
Nat 20 it.
All right. So that's a nat 20, 26. Absolutely. You have an iron grip on this thing. So by the time that Garen returns, y'all turn. You're like, where has Garen been? Garen has a very large egg in his grasp.
What is that?
I'm not sure.
That's a big egg.
Is something gonna come looking for it?
No, it appears the mother is dead. I'm not sure how to tell if the egg is alive or not.
What
What's
kind of-
the-
What was the mother?
Yeah, that's what I was
I
gonna ask.
couldn't tell for sure. Honestly, I didn't want to get too close in case mom was not actually dead. She was big. I can tell you that.
Can I touch it?
Yeah.
I run my hands over it. Can I tell what kind of egg it is from my knowledge of nature?
Go ahead and roll nature. 18.
Oh, nice.
It is...
Do bugbears lay eggs?
Owl
mm,
bears?
Yeah, it's an owlbear egg.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
That can be a tough baby.
Do you know how to tell if the egg is still fertile or?
Can I tell? Is there a warmth to it?
With an 18, I'll say yeah. There's no movement coming from it, but it is warm.
Maybe you gotta keep it warm if you wanna. Do you want
Alright.
you want an owl bear baby?
Kind of.
They eat a lot, I heard.
Good thing we got a good cook with us.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think
Oh man.
Garen would know. No, Garen's really thinking about how he's going to transport the egg, though.
Yeah, absolutely. It will not fit in anyone's backpack unless you completely empty the backpack.
Doesn't someone... I may be totally confused. Does somebody have a bag of holding?
No, I don't think we got one of those yet.
Okay, might be another campaign.
Yeah. God. Yeah, you get a bag of holding again, like. So yeah,
Are you gonna curl up with the egg the night?
Garen's gonna curl up with the egg for the night.
All right, you spoon the egg. Is there anything else anybody wants to do?
Arlen's just gonna try to get some sleep.
Is it already evening? I mean, late into the evening?
Yeah,
bedtime?
it's dark. It's
Okay.
bedtime. All right. So when Garen takes watch, who do you leave the egg with? Who's curling up with the egg?
Well, his first thought would be KayBee, except that the egg is probably bigger than KayBee.
Hey, quick.
Yeah. Oh.
Quick.
Get him. Quick.
Oh.
Quick seems to be sitting by the fire, kind of stoking it, occasionally feeding it twigs and leaves that are dry. Quick turns their head towards you, big beady eye set on you.
Quick. What do you think about owl bears? I know they're kind of scary. I don't think he bites yet, though.
You see Quick's neck feathers just kind of bristle and stand up.
Come on, you're an adventurer.
I think I'll leave it with Finn. Thanks, though, KayBee.
I suppose I could.
See
also
Quick
create-
sort of like slowly scoot, adjusting to be like on the side of the fire furthest from Finn. All right, excellent. I think this will be a good time for us to take a quick break. We're going to take a 5-minute break and we will be back here to resume the adventure. So if you've been with us since the beginning, this is a perfect time to grab some water, do a stretch, and we will be back soon. And we are back. Thank you so much for your patience, everyone. So the group of you sleep soundly. Nothing disturbs you in the night. You find that this is a very good spot that Garen has found. As morning rolls around, you find that there's a light rain. Cools the air. And you have a giant egg.
Yeah, I think Garen's going to try to fashion a sling to carry the egg in.
Do we need a bag of holding? I can make one.
Oh,
You can make a bag of holding.
Yeah. Do you have a bag?
yeah, I've got my backpack.
I mean, any kind of bag will do. They call it an infusion. It's like magic stuff.
Okay.
Hmm.
It's like my tool. I can make magic items. It only lasts like I can only do a couple things.
Okay.
Emma. I was like, is Emma disconnected? I was like staring at you. I was like, let me make sure there's no one in the waiting room. Did Emma get booted? And is Emma waiting for me to return you into the... Okay, I'm sorry.
I've done that to a friend before. Just sat there totally still and he thought I got disconnected.
Oh my god.
So if Garen likes, I can
Yeah.
I can make his backpack into a bag of holding.
How long does that last?
It'll last indefinitely until I use my magic to infuse something else.
Okay.
So basically, I can just infuse only 2 items at a time, and I got a limited assortment of things I can do.
Okay.
Hmm.
That is cool.
Okay, it'll only take a couple minutes. So I use the wiles of the artificer to replicate a magic item. It is a bag of holding. With this infusion, I can replicate a particular magic item, and I had chosen bag of holding. So I create, or I manifest his backpack into a backpack of holding.
Okay.
Yeah, he slides the egg in.
All right.
Wow.
Can I make a history check or something to see if my parents ever told me about bags of holding?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me history.
Nope. Okay.
All right.
Now, don't put like creatures in there. I think an egg's okay because it doesn't
Okay.
need air, right? Maybe we'll
Hmm.
just check in a little while, make sure it's okay.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess if it does die, then we can have a really big omelet.
Egg doesn't breathe though, does it?
Go ahead and roll me nature checks. Oh, that's a
I don't-
nat
Oh
one.
no.
I don't know.
11 from Garen.
Actually, can I use my nat?
What?
My God.
Can I use my nat 20?
Yes, absolutely. Okay,
Thank you.
KayBee. KayBee uses nat 20. Yes, eggs require oxygen. I just Googled it.
Ah,
There's tiny
No.
microscopic pores in the eggshell. So it
Hmm.
helps oxygenate the egg.
I guess we're not going to do that.
okay.
Enjoy your bag of holding for today, for today only.
Okay.
However,
thanks.
I think like even with this setup here, like somebody could empty their backpack into the bag of holding and just use
Yeah.
their regular backpack as a
Oh, okay.
right.
Yeah.
You could just shuffle
True.
things around.
True.
Yeah.
That'll work
fine.
then. Yeah, I'll leave it there indefinitely until we have solved the egg.
Yeah.
So I'm not wearing magic armor anymore. I'd done magic on it before yesterday.
Ah, that's right. All right, so yeah, Garen would ask Finn to put his stuff in his bag, and then he'd put the egg in Finn's bag.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
Okay. Excellent. So you have solved the egg riddle. You begin to move on, gathering up camp, collecting your items. And as you make your way back into the wilderness, I will need another survival check from Garen unless you shift your Pathfinder.
So Garen would insist on taking the lead, especially with a 23.
Yeah, 23, absolutely. You continue, and you begin to make your way into a clearing. And as you approach, you can hear something lumbering, moving through. You advise everyone to take caution.
He would hold up his hand and then signal down, hoping they understand what he means. Draw out his bow and ready it.
All right. So you are in a marshy clearing here. And you can see off in the distance, a group of you lined up there towards the top of the map, up here. Oh. See in the distance, there are 3 humanoids making their way through the marsh heading in your direction. They seemed armed and ready for war.
Right.
As the group of you kind of like begin to hunker down, you see that the 3 of them suddenly stop and they're looking around. Something seems to have caught their attention.
Oh, it's
Something
not us.
besides us.
Roll me perception checks.
Cool.
I'd love to roll you a perception check.
18 from KayBee, 17 from Garen, 15 from Finn, 22 from Arlen. All right. So you all perceive that there is something large moving in the trees off to the east. Arlen, you see that there is something large towards the west.
Do they
Behind the
seem
trees.
to be moving past us or like converging on this point?
I'll say that it's kind of hard to tell. You're just able to process this information now. So unless
Okay.
the group wants to wait to kind of see what happens, you have an opportunity to move or do something now.
In the trees.
I'm gonna cast a spell.
So Garen's going to stealth.
Okay.
The spell I'm gonna cast is the bless spell. I'm gonna cast bless on my 3 friends that are with me.
All right.
I'm gonna give Garen Vigilant Blessing, which will give him advantage on initiative.
Nice. Okay. Can I get everyone to select their tokens and roll me some initiative here?
Dang it, Garen.
I know, right?
I guess a 9 is better than a 5, but
True. Especially since that 5 was a nat 1.
Holy shit, y'all.
Mhm.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. Cool.
What about quick?
Oh, yes. Thank you. Very good. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Quick. I have his sheet right here. He's quick.
He is pretty quick.
All right. Very good. Right, so you all see KayBee cast a spell. You see Garen beginning to hunker down and make themselves very stealthy. Finn, you are up first.
Okay. So he sees them kind of coming up. I guess we're perceiving that these are the people that we're here to kind of take care of or
Yeah.
fight or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I guess he wouldn't hesitate in going up to them and starting to word. Blah, 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 blah.
They seem distracted. You see the one dressed in a purple tunic is looking off in this direction. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, looking
Yep.
off in this direction.
Yep.
The one wearing a green tabard is looking off in this direction. And the blue one is kind of looking between the two.
Okay. I'm guessing then I guess he'll just try to move up kind of close because I don't think even with my longbow I could even do anything at like 75 feet.
Is it a short bow or a long bow?
Longbow.
Longbow.
150 feet is.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well then I guess I will aim for the purple distracted one.
Okay. This will be at advantage because it's basically stealth and sneak.
Okay.
Okay, 22 is a hit. Roll me some damage. All right, Jesus. Okay, you kill him.
What?
Uh,
Oh, okay.
tell me what this looks like.
Well, Finn is very surprised by this. He just kind of lows back his bow, and he's like, "All right, I don't use my bow very often, but I'm gonna try and see if I can at least get them hurt a little bit." And as he goes to throw it, he's aiming kind of towards like the head area, and as he lets it go, it just at the speed and at the rate that it's going, it just cleans them right in the front. So it just goes right through the head, and they just kind of collapse. And then Finn's like, "Oh, that's more powerful than I thought it was gonna be."
Yeah, he drops, and then the blue-shirted hobgoblin here immediately careens his head towards you, and he sees everyone but Garen. Anything else for you? You can still move, and you have a bonus action.
I guess I could move a little closer. I don't think my bonus action yet lets me do another attack. So I guess I'll just tell him I'll move. Where's the tracker? There it is. 20 feet, 15 feet. I guess I'll try and move. No, stop that. I'll try and
Here.
move, I guess, closer to the bush.
Okay. Sounds good. Arlen, it is your turn.
Arlen pulls out Charybdis and is going to move forward.
Draw this blood-red blade.
Is she able to... Could I make another perception check to try to see what's back here?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay.
Hold on. Do you want to use your action, or do you want to just like tell me what your passive is?
My passive is 13.
Okay. Do you want to use your passive, or do you want to use your action to roll?
I will use my action.
Okay, go ahead and roll. 22. Okay, you absolutely see over here is a large wolf-like creature the size of a horse. Right over here. And it's got glowing red eyes.
Everyone, there's a large wolf over there. And that's my turn.
Okay. Next we have Wick. All right. Let's see. What can he do? Wick is going to rush forward. You see him draw out his weapons. Draws out a war pick. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He kind of like rushes forward, and as he does, he looks over his shoulder towards KayBee. He's trying to get a temperature check from you. What do you look like you're in the midst of doing?
Yeah, I'm directing the owl where I want it to go. I'm talking to the owl.
Okay.
And if he sees me and I see him, I don't know if I can communicate really with him other than say, yeah, stay close to Arlen.
Okay. I'll say that he actually moves
Yep.
next to Arlen. He draws out a war pick and a hand axe in the other hand. Okay. That's going to be his turn. He's going to hold his action and basically swing if something comes up. It is now Friend's turn.
So I've instructed Friend to we know there's something out here. And I'm going to instruct Friend to go there, take a look, and come back. Friend's got a movement rate of 60.
Okay.
So 75 out and then 45 back. Friend will get back to about here. And since I can communicate telepathically, I'm hoping that Friend can tell me what that is.
Okay.
That requires no action on my part unless I look through Friend's eyes, which I do not do.
Okay. Absolutely.
So telepathically, and maybe it's on my turn when it comes around, I'd be hoping to know what Friend saw.
Let me just double check, see if Friend will draw an attack of opportunity.
Nope, flyby.
Flyby. Flyby says, does not provoke attack of opportunity when it flies out of enemy's reach. Okay, great. So we'll say Friend moves to... Yeah, that's good, that's good. Okay, so Friend rushes forward and disappears behind the brush line. And what Friend sees is another great wolf, size of a horse.
Oh no, there's another wolf.
And it's now their turn. You see them lunge forward. This one charges up and begins to strike the one with a blue shirt. Bite. 19's a hit. Why is this whispered? Hold on. 1 second, sorry. Never whisper. 6 piercing damage. He's gonna have to do a strength save. He fails. Alright, so what you see is this one here gets completely clobbered by this wolf. The wolf just lunges out, breaks a number of trees. You see the boughs just cracking aside. The wolf just tears through and pins the goblin to the ground and begins to ravage the body. You see blood and guts flying everywhere. And at the same exact time, this one rushes forward and tries to do the same. Oh god, that's a hit. Okay. Strength save. That is a save. Okay, so this one, they raise up their hand and you see the direwolf like munch down. And both of them are very, very badly wounded. Then shortly after, you see a third one break out, lunging forward, tries to take a bite, has pack tactics. The wolf has an advantage on attack roll against a creature that has at least one of the allies within 5 feet. It's an advantage, 15 is a hit, and you see the other one absolutely cannot withstand being flanked. So what unfolds in front of you is a very savage display of nature. Garen, it is now your turn.
All right. So would I still be surprise attack on these wargs?
Yes,
the
you're
giant
completely
wolves?
concealed right now.
Okay, good. Then assassinate comes into effect. And if I land my attack, it is a guaranteed crit.
Okay, starting at 3rd level, you are the deadliest when you get the drop on your enemies. You have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn in the combat yet. In addition, any hit you score against a creature that is surprised is a hit.
It's a critical hit.
You have it against any creature that hasn't taken a turn in the combat yet, I think.
Yeah. I don't have advantage, but I have advantage from stealth. But if I'm surprising
Oh, I see.
it, if I land the attack, it's a critical hit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it works out intended just as you intend.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay.
18.
18's a hit.
All right.
Which one are you trying to hit?
The brown or the orange one
Okay.
closest to us.
Okay.
So. And nope, none were ones. But because of Piercer Feat, increase my strength or dexterity by 1 to a maximum of 20. Once per turn, when you hit a creature with an attack that deals piercing damage, you can re-roll one of the attack's damage dice, and you must take the new roll. When you score a critical hit that deals piercing damage to a creature, you can roll one additional damage die when determining the extra piercing damage. So I roll in another.
I should have asked you, do you want to roll 2 dice or do you want to double your damage?
I think that 14 is it then the crit?
No, that is the
that's your sneak attack.
Yep.
Ooh.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. You know what? Let's go with double.
Okay. So go ahead and roll me another 1d6.
Yep.
Okay, 2.
6.
It's the same. So that'd be 4, 8 damage for your crit. Then 14 sneak.
Yes.
Then the extra piercer
Doesn't-
die.
The 1d6 was the extra piercing
You can
damage.
reroll one additional.
Oh, I got you.
Okay. You get to roll again because it was a crit. Whenever you score a critical hit that deals piercing damage, yeah. So roll another 1d6.
Okay.
Extra piercing damage that it takes. Okay.
So that's 5 additional damage plus 28 from the critical sneak attack. And then that's 12. So 2.
Jeez.
So another 4 damage.
It's 32, I think.
32 plus 5 is 37 damage.
Jesus. Okay. Tell me what this looks like.
Oh god. I mean, the Wolf Scout is back to Garen, so no signature eye shots, but the arrow just kind of skins right over top of the tall grass, hits it right under the rib, and pierces straight through. Comes out right behind its ear.
Okay. Yeah. So what we see is the direwolf here slumps down onto the hobgoblin because it was actively trying to tear the guts out, and the hobgoblin gets crushed underneath. Anything else for you?
I would say Garen would move down over this way and use cunning action to roll another stealth.
Okay. 12.
12.
All right. It's now the hobgoblin's turn. He is going to play dead.
Smart.
All right. KayBee, it's your turn.
Okay. So I speak to friend. I say, friend, go in there and choose a target to help Garen. So I basically give some instructions to the owl, and then I'm going to twirl my finger in the air, make a little ball of fire appear where I'm twirling. It's basically twirling around my finger, and I'm going to unleash a firebolt. And this big wolf is really scary, the one with the blue eyes. So I'm going to blast that one. With the
Absolutely. All right, 28 is a hit.
Wow. 7 points of damage.
All right. See this fire just twirling through the air, and it collides into the side of the direwolf, and you hear it. How?
I'm going to run up behind my friends.
Okay, cool.
That's my turn.
All right, very good. Finn, it is now your turn.
Let's see. I'm trying to think what I want to do here. You know what? I think I'm gonna change my my mode of attack towards the wolf, and then where I'm standing at now, I think I'm gonna aim at the red one.
Okay.
The one that's in the red halo or whatever collar, whatever you want to have on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll use my longbow again.
All right, sounds good. A 10 does not hit. Your shot goes a little too wide.
Okay. And then I guess I'll move. Third. I guess I'll just move up near. No, stop that. I'll move up near Arlen.
Okay.
Right next to Arlen.
Very good. Arlen, it is your turn.
Arlen feels weird about all this. What was that druid's name?
Farron.
Farron. Because Farron was very nervous about these people. But then there are 3 wolves here that ambush them that easily could have taken them out. It just seems like really strange. Can she like roll insight or something into this situation to see, is this like an actual thing, or does she think like Farron was setting something up?
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll me either investigation or insight, whichever you prefer.
Okay.
Okay, 20 insight. You definitely get the sense that Farron was genuine, and he definitely didn't say anything about any wolves. So this is either completely random, or these hobgoblins were in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Okay. Wild. All right. Was that my action?
No, I'll give that to you for free. That's a gut
Okay.
check.
Cool. Thanks.
No problem.
I guess in that case, Arlen will conjure a spiritual weapon.
Ooh.
So her eyes shine this purple color, and right about here,
Okay.
suddenly a like spectral version of Charybdis appears, and slashes at this blue one.
All right. Very quickly, just doing some DS. Trapping shit on the fly. Boom! Spiritual weapon.
Nice, love it.
You have control over that.
And
A 12.
Don't forget you got to bless.
Oh, cool. So
Just the bless. Lord Kusimba, thank you for the raid.
hey, thank you.
Oh my god,
for the
double raid. Lantern
Yeah.
Noir, thank you for the raid. Welcome.
So many
everyone.
raids.
2 raids at the same time.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
Wow, 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 wow.
Wowie,
Welcome.
wow, wow. Welcome, everyone. We are in the middle of a combat. Our heroes were following, essentially what was a quest given to them by Farron, a halfling druid in Saltmarsh, told to pursue some strange things going on in a nearby wilderness. And, they found a number of creatures that were ambushed by these dire wolves, and now they're dealing with the dire wolves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you rolled to attack with your spiritual weapon. That's
Yes.
a 15. That's a hit. Dire wolves
Awesome.
armor class is 14.
Love it. So yeah, this spectral weapon appears next to this wolf suddenly and just slashes towards it. It looks much like Charybdis, which is this very sharp kind of like short sword with all of these oh my gosh, what's the word, like corals and various other like sea life kind of grown around the hilts. And as it hits, it deals 5 plus 3, so 8 points of damage.
Very good. You hear the creature cry out in pain. Its teeth gnash out towards the spiritual weapon. There's
And-
something quite dark and malicious about these creatures as well. You can see that there's a sort of cunning about them that seems supernatural. These are definitely not just your run-of-the-mill creatures of the forest.
Okay. Arlen's also gonna move up.
Okay, excellent. Very good. It's now Quick's turn. Quick will rush forward. And 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Join you at your side. It is also going to ready their action again to defend you with their swipes. Alright, it is now Friend the Owl's turn.
Yes. So Friend, following the instruction of KayBee, swoops in and gets right here in the same space as a spiritual weapon, which doesn't actually occupy space.
Okay.
And it flutters as its action. It flutters in the face of the wolf to distract it,
Okay.
to give the help action to whoever attacks it next, who I
Okay.
believe is going to be Garen. And then it uses the remainder of its move to move just outside of that wolf's range.
Okay.
So that's the owl's turn.
It is now the dire wolf's turn. So the red-eyed wolf is going to lunge forward. And this triggers Quick's attack. Quick does a swipe with his war pick. Oh, that's a hit. 8 damage, and he's going to attack again. Nope, he doesn't have extra attack. Nope. Okay, so you see this Kenku just raise up a war pick and just clobbers it right into the side. As it yanks out a spray of blood, fans out. Some of it hits Arlen. The grievous blow. The creature does not seem deterred. It responds in kind with a bite. What is your REC? Nope. It tries to bite at Quick. Quick wheels the war pick around and the teeth just crunch down. The blue wolf is going to move here. And going to try to bite Arlen. Does a 13 hit you?
That's a no.
Isn't Arlen ready in action?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
All right. Garen, it is now your turn.
All right. Well, Garen is going to continue to turret and attack the nearest thing he can.
Okay.
Um.
Do have advantage against the blue-eyed wolf.
Yes. And
23 is the hit.
oh well. All right. I'm going to re-roll the 2.
Okay. Nice.
Oh, nice.
7, 10, 13, 19 damage.
All right.
Very good. Yeah, this arrow that you let loose, it embeds itself right into the shoulder of the wolf, and you can see that the shoulder begins to go limp underneath the creature. It seems to be off balance and struggling to stay up.
Did some internal damage too. Nice. All right. So Garen is going to continue to move down this way.
Okay.
And then roll another stealth check from cunning action.
Okay. Very good. All right. The hobgoblin continues to play dead. Very poorly. KayBee, it's your turn.
Whirl a little ball of fire around my finger and unleash firebolt.
Okay.
That's blue wolf.
At the blue wolf? Okay. 13 is a miss.
Yep. I'll step a little bit closer. Step up near Finn.
Speaking of Finn, it is your turn now.
Okay. Oh, I can run right up to it. Cool. All right. And I'm gonna be like, hello, KayBee. Goodbye, KayBee. And I'm gonna run up to the blue wolf and smack it with my great club.
Okay. Very good. 18 is a hit. All right. Tell me what this looks like. Blech.
He is just like running up to these wolves because he knows that like I don't know if he notices if there's anything weird with them or not, but all he knows is that they're wild animals and they look like they're just gonna kill everything that they can in sight, and they feel like they're whatever. So he's gonna run up. As he's running, he's gonna pull out his great club and just kind of like a jump in the air and just whack one of them right in the head, and comes right down with it and just gets it right in the side of the head, right in the temple.
Very good. Your sickening crunch, and the creature falls over. All right, Arlen, it is your turn.
All right, Arlen is going to attack with Charybdis on the red wolf.
Okay.
So that's an 11 plus a d4, 15.
That's a hit.
Nice.
Love it. So that deals 4 points of damage. And
As you sink Charybdis into the wolf and pull out, it's almost as if the blade was a lot larger, a lot more grievous than it presents itself to be. And you see that the wound is free flowing. Every time you make a strike with this sword of certain death, whatever it is that you impale, it just frees slowly.
Yeah. All right. And then as she does that, and as she's pulling the blade out, her spiritual weapon comes down and strikes the wolf as well.
Okay.
So that is
14 's a hit.
14. Awesome. 6 points of damage.
Very good. Yeah, you can see that the creature is beginning to stumble, but it seems very bloodied and blood hungry. All right. It is now Quick's turn. Quick is quiet as they bring up the war pick. Wow, not 20. Okay. 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 That's quite anticlimactic for the players. But you see Quick immediately plays off of Arlen's 2 very good blows, and as soon as the creature like pulls back, reels back, the moment of opportunity opens up for Quick, and they double hand this war pick and just slam it right across the skull, and it tears the jaw off of this creature, and it slumps down dead. That's the end of combat.
So that hobgoblin was playing dead and rolled like a 9, right? Do we know that they're still alive? Like, did we see through that immediately?
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Anyone who has a passive perception higher than 9 would have definitely seen that the hobgoblin is still alive. But now they are completely still. They're just like tongue lolled out and just flat against the mud. They're not moving, and they are literally, the body is like pinned to the ground by a dead wolf.
With a nat 20 for
Gosh.
26
Jeez.
perception.
Wow, double 20s.
Right?
Jesus.
I see you.
Arlen kneels down next to the hobgoblin, and her spiritual weapon is still kind of like hovering behind her, and she still has Charybdis in one hand. Does she know anything about hobgoblins?
So you
or
did
whatever these things are?
You did encounter hobgoblins in the cave.
Mm-hmm.
And you did I think someone did a history check. I can't remember, but y'all have been pretty forthcoming sharing information with one another. You know that hobgoblins are goblinoids. They are very warlike people, and that they are exceptional beast trainers.
Do I know if they speak common or undercommon?
You do know that they might speak common. However, with the book that you had found in the caves, there were a few words that were scribbled down. Someone had found a rough translation of a few words between goblin and common. So it might be a
Okay.
toss-up of whether or not this person speaks common or not.
She puts Charybdis against the hobgoblin. So what exactly are you doing?
They pretend to be dead.
She kind of like slaps their face.
They try pushing you away, and they begin to curse at you in goblin.
Oh,
Do you understand what I'm saying?
oh, God.
You see them struggling to try to grab for their weapon, but you see there's like a sword that's just in the mud, and it's easily like 8 inches away from their hand. Like they will not be able to reach it.
Mm-hmm.
The fingers are just like, ugh, stretch. And the cursing continues.
I try undercommon. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Cursing continues.
Can anyone talk to this thing?
Garen would come up and try Dwarvish. Speak if you understand us, or she's going to kill you.
Cursing continues.
I wish I'd taken Goblin as a language.
Yep. Same.
I think y'all are close enough that you can have a closer look. You can see that this person is wearing pitch black armor. You can see that all 3 of them seem to be dressed similarly. And there is a strange symbol carved into the heart, the plate of the very center where their sternum would be. And it is the symbol of what looks like kind of like a setting sun with claw marks scratched over it. And it seems to have been painted red. None of you recognize what this is.
I was about to roll history.
There's no way any of you know what this is.
All right, well, none of us can talk to them.
He's dying. With what that giant wolf did to him, he's going to die.
Absolutely.
Better to put him out of his misery if he's not going to help us.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe take a prisoner.
Oh, I mean,
Somebody can talk to him.
Yeah,
But-
I think that's a good idea. I think as Arlen begins to move, to like stand up, I think she finds completely unintentionally Charybdis just slashes against its neck.
Okay. So as this blade seems to move of its own, you feel the hilt of this cursed blade in your hand just humming with pleasure. It seems satisfied. You feel a wash of emotion starting from your fingertips going up your arm, just tingles, needles of sensation. And your grip just gets a little stronger. You feel whole. You feel sated. There is no fatigue in your body. Whatever just happened, it is rejuvenating you. You feel stronger. And the creature expires.
Arlen, I thought we're going to take a prisoner.
She looks completely surprised.
15
I-
insight. What does Garen read off of you?
She
Ooh, 20.
she didn't intend to do that. there was another time where she was trying to deal non-lethal damage with Charybdis, and it kind of like changed at the last minute of Charybdis kind of like forced it to be a lethal attack. And that's kind of how I picture this, as just Charybdis was against this hobgoblin as Arlen was about to stand up and kind of let it be. Charybdis said no, and just in the moment, like took the chance and killed this hobgoblin. I think the rest of you just see Arlen completely just shocked. She did not intend to do that. And I guess you guys aren't aware of Charybdis, so to you, maybe you would interpret it as it being like an accident. But even then, it's a very, very strange accident.
I think this is the moment where everyone kind of realizes this is a strange weapon. Maybe you haven't really been paying attention very hard to what is in Arlen's hand, but there's something menacing about the way that creature's blood is dripping off of it. And you could swear for a split second, it almost seems to drink it in. Blood almost seems to dissipate.
Arlen, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, that was an accident. Magical weapons, of course, they can perhaps do things that you don't always intend for them to do because of their sharpness and potency. I guess it just slid against it, and I wasn't intending to cut, but because it's so sharp, it cut anyway. I'm very sorry.
I go down to my knees next to this creature. Is it still writhing? Is it still dying?
No, it was a very quick death.
And I think Finn especially, well, I'll go ahead and roll deception. Yeah, you all can tell she's kind of lying.
Arlen, there's something you're not telling us.
Yeah, normally I'm agreeing with you on things, but this just doesn't, the circumstance just seems very odd and different. What are you hiding from us?
I don't know. I don't know what happened. Charybdis. Charybdis just. Yeah, I think she's kind of stumbling, trying to come up with something to say.
As you are stumbling here, you say the name of the blade again and then again. You feel it gently vibrating in your hand. You hear its voice in your mind. No one else hears this. And it says, "You are on your path. You are on your path to glory. You have done well. You must continue. You must feed me. You can't let go. We are meant to be together. And I will show you exactly what you can become. I am so proud of you. You are doing exactly what you were meant to. I've drawn the throne card.
What that do?
An opportunity opens up for you. You can become my greatest apprentice. Surrender now. This moment here. Swear yourself to me.
I think she's stumbling, trying to think of an answer, and she starts getting quieter, and her eyes start flickering kind of back and forth.
Now,
Oh, okay.
say yes.
Yes.
With conviction.
Yes.
You instantly gain 1 level of Warlock. And you cannot willfully part with this item from this moment on.
Okay.
You don't have to do the Warlock part now, but
Yeah, no, I'll figure that
Yeah.
out later.
you feel a sudden urge to protect this. It feels valuable. It feels important. And then the voice fades.
Charybdis is making me strong.
Who's Charybdis?
My sword. It's its name.
Arlen. I have not heard any good stories of a sword that can talk.
I don't think she said that it can talk.
You're right, she didn't. My bad.
Yeah.
How is it making you strong?
Whenever I strike something with it, I can feel its power growing. It's getting stronger and stronger, and it's making me stronger and stronger. And I think that creature needed to die so that I could be stronger, and it's all right. We'll figure all this out. I'm sure the druid who I talked to can tell us more about these people and these wolves, and we'll get whatever information we need. We can take one of their bodies back, show the druid the symbol, and they know these forests well, and they'll be able to tell us, but I'm stronger. It's fine.
I guess. Is this like what it is to be a hero?
Yes, this is what it is to be a hero, KayBee. Unfortunately, power comes with consequences at times, and you have to make difficult decisions, and of course I'm a bit more accustomed to making these decisions since I've been on this road more than you all have, but just trust me, this is fine.
Oh,
I don't know.
suppose-
Doesn't seem like always killing is like the only way.
It's not. It's just in this circumstance.
Oh.
So I kneeled down by this creature. I think we saw that it had, I thought it was on its armor, but is it like something is carved into its chest?
So it is a piece of its armor. If you wanted to like gather the piece as a trophy, you could definitely like saw it off, and you would have essentially what is
Yeah.
like a leather plate with the symbol.
I think what I'm gonna do is I kneel next to it, and in my open hand, I use some magic to in essence to create a visual effect that is identical to it. That way, it's like, okay, I can capture exactly what that looks like. And to do that, I cast the prestidigitation cantrip
Okay.
that allows me to basically do this small visual depiction that fits in my hand. So
Mhm.
then don't need to cut anything off. We can just show it to somebody later.
Okay, yeah, you commit this to visual memory.
Yeah, I want to know more. Yeah, in Arlen, you probably see this little bit look of maybe it might be disappointment on KB's face.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all right. Let's
Garen is looking
Let's-
at Ireland sideways. He's very suspicious.
Yeah, Finn is
You
being.
sorry, go ahead.
No, Finn is also just very suspicious.
You all see Quick very gently put their hand on Arlen's shoulder, and there is a dip of their head. The look in his eye says one of compassion and understanding. Feel a little reassurance here.
Thank you, Quick. Let's search this area, search these creatures, make sure that we're not missing anything. I'll go look at where these wolves came from, see if there is anything over there.
Okay.
And she'll kind of head towards those bushes.
All right. Does anyone want to join Arlen, or do you want to give Arlen a moment of quiet here?
Hmm.
Garen
No.
would give Arlen their space.
Same.
Yeah, I'm looking to see if any of my friends were hurt. I don't think I saw anybody get hurt. I'm just checking.
Mm-mm. Yeah, everyone seems unscathed. So we'll say that the group, like, you collect your arrows, so you can get half of them back. You collect your arrows, and you check the pockets of the hobgoblins. The hobgoblins each had one long sword and one long bow. They each have 10 arrows as well. Let's see. They have 11 silver pieces together. Other than that, they don't have anything remarkable of note on their person.
Okay.
Wow, I rolled a 1d100 and rolled a 100. Okay.
Wow.
That's a good thing, right?
Let's see.
Was that 10 arrows per or 10 arrows total?
10 arrows total, I believe.
Okay. So, as one of you is inspecting the body, we'll say Finn. Finn, as you find that one of them has a small metal container. It is perfectly circular. About the
Oh.
size of a pool ball. Billiards ball. It is completely smooth all the way around, and it feels hollow. And when you shake it, you can hear something like sand on the inside.
Well, it's not a magic 8 ball. He, I guess, inspects it some more.
It has no features.
No features. Okay. Well, this has got to be something interesting, I guess. And I guess he'll take it with him and put it away in his backpack.
We can check it out later. See if
Yeah.
it's magic.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking too. I'm trying to rack my brain what it could be, but I'm sure somebody else would have better knowledge of this than I would.
Arlen, go ahead and roll me a survival check.
Okay. I'm gonna do this at disadvantage
Okay.
because she's like coming to look, but I kind of want something to happen if it's okay.
Okay. That's an 8.
Mm-hmm.
So you basically can't find any information here. You can see that there are definitely footprints of paw prints where the dire wolves had been patrolling through, but you can't really make sense of it. It was
Yeah.
here. That's all you know.
Yeah, I think she gets far away from the group, or like pretty far. And as she's kind of like looking down at the footprints, her eyes kind of like glaze over a bit, and she thinks back to the conversation she had with her parents when she was younger, and they would sit on her bed and they would tell her stories of when they were adventurers and all their heroic deeds and what they did for various kingdoms. But one thing they always said was the hardest part of being an adventurer and the hardest part of helping sometimes was having to kill others at times. It's not always about monster slaying or saving a princess from a dragon. Sometimes heroism falls into these like gray or even dark areas, and with that advice in mind, she had never killed a sentient humanoid before. She always left it up to somebody else when they came up, or she always tried to deal like non-lethal damage or like take them prisoner. And she was always afraid of the emotional consequences of taking a life. And as she's looking at these tracks away from other people, away from having to put on like a strong, bold face or anything, she's following some of these footprints, and her eyes glaze over and they begin to water. She tries to hold back the tears, but eventually they begin to flow as what's happened kind of takes hold on her, and she crouches down and she takes a few minutes to cry.
As the camera pans back over to the others, you have thoroughly checked out the corpses. You don't find anything that interesting about the direwolves other than they are extremely large creatures. There was something absolutely menacing and terrifying about them. Sort of blood hunger that was absolutely supernatural. Beyond that, physically, they are just wolves. Arlen is gone for a little while. 3 of you are alone. You did.
I just noticed. Oh man, it was a bit of an adventure, I suppose.
It was kind of scary.
I really haven't dealt with many wolves like that before. I mean, they kind of helped us a little bit, but you know.
They helped us just because the hobgoblins were closer.
Yeah.
I mean, are these the monsters we're supposed to stop? Or was it the hobgoblins?
I think it was the hobgoblins we were supposed to stop, but we ended up finding some very angry wolves in the middle of this, and
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, they could all hurt. All of them. They could hurt a lot of people.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I'm assuming they were just not. I don't know. Something tells me it might have been a territory thing, but also who knows? I'm kind of glad we took care of it. You know.
It's very unclear whether or not hobgoblins were the target here or if the wolves were the target here, but the outcome of this encounter here in this clearing, at least you know that whatever threat was making its way towards Saltmarsh, it has been taken care of, at least to this one.
For now.
Yep, for now. But I do think that we need to. I think Arlen said it. We need to take something back with us to prove that we took care of everything.
Yeah, and I show that symbol again. And I guess, you know, we can show this. I think, right? This symbol.
Yeah, I think that would
Yeah.
be good. What do you think, Garen?
Yeah, I think that would be enough.
Well, there's more mysteries here than I think we can solve for now, but I don't know about you, Garen, but I think I'm gonna keep my eye out a little bit on Arlen from now on.
Definitely.
I don't know if it's her or if it's the sword, but there's something a little fishy about this whole situation.
Fishy because she's a Triton.
I didn't even catch that.
I was trying to be a little serious, but it's fine. Yeah, no, but I don't know. I think he'll kind of look over to where she is. I mean, obviously not seeing what's going on, but like I think
From here, you can't see her or hear her.
can't. Okay, well, she normally isn't the type to go off on her own and just take a minute. So whatever it is, I think we should just leave it for now, but just keep an eye out on her. Let her have her space for a minute, gather herself, and when we get a moment where everything's calm, maybe we can poke and prod a little bit more. What do you think, Aaron? And
I
KayBee?
agree.
Or just maybe watch her, make sure she's okay.
Yeah.
I think shortly afterwards, Arlen, you begin to make your way back. You find there's a little bit of relief, having a moment to be vulnerable with yourself. The sword remains quiet. It leaves you to the weight of your suffering alone.
Right, well, looking over there, it seems that the tracks came from quite a ways away, so I wasn't able to follow them. But these were strange wolves.
Yeah, they could have traveled from God knows where. So that's fine.
There are a forest nearby known for having dangerous wildlife.
Absolutely. And you do know this because Farron had told you that whatever this threat was going to be, the information given to him from his various scouts, they were coming from the Dreadwood. In fact,
Oh,
kind of pull out your map. Confer with your map. You've got a map.
big map. Ooh, map.
Maps is
So whereabouts are we right now?
Right now, you are about here.
Okay.
still quite a ways away from the Dreadwood, but I mean, I suppose if something's looking for food.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it does seem a little far, but also there's parts of Dreadwood that are sort of nearby, so. I feel like it was searching for something. Well, I mean, it could be food, but you know, I do agree, it's a little far out for them to be.
Perhaps. I think we owe our friend, the druid, a bit of a visit. I'm sure
Yeah.
he'll know more about these wolves and perhaps what's happening with them.
Yeah, we had found something that we're going to show off to show that we did the deed. Hopefully, they'll give us some more information about what's been going on around here.
Indeed.
All right. So I believe we said it was like midday.
I think
Yeah,
when we
sounds about
started, yes.
Okay.
we'd done like a long rest, and then we met them after
Yeah.
the long rest.
So you were able to make your way back towards Saltmarsh. You will have to have a night of sleep before you make your way to Saltmarsh. So I think we'll just montage that a little bit,
Mhm.
unless someone wants to do something specific. I think camp that night is very solemn. It's very quiet. KayBee probably makes dinner.
Prize too?
Mm,
Right, 10.
It's okay.
Average.
I don't
Finn
know.
will
Filling.
Finn will still do. It's good.
It's filling, but it doesn't quite blow your mind.
And if KB ever rolls a nat 20 on his cooking, Garen's gonna eat the same way, just shovel a new into his mouth. And
Mhm.
not even.
I don't
worry
think
about
Finn has the heart to say this is bad, KP.
Maybe I got to buy more spices. Do you guys like spicy?
Kind of, a little bit.
I mean, honestly, I don't really care. Food is fuel.
True.
Do what you want to do, KB. Make
Mhm.
yourself happy.
I think the rest of the evening passes uneventfully. And as the group begins to make its way into Saltmarsh, about midday the next day, you find that there is a familiar face at the gate. You're slowly wandering forward, making your way towards the old stone gate that would welcome you into Saltmarsh. And up on the catwalk, leaning over, gripping a pole arm, is Jeff. Jeffrey, your friend.
Shocker.
Arlen waves. Hey, Jeff.
You realize that he was sleeping. Hello there. Welcome back.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. You see that he is immediately standing up, and you hear all of his bones cracking. And he begins to clomp, 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 make his way down off of the wall. And he slings an arm around you, Arlen. How are you? How is the road?
Oh, it wasn't that bad, you know. We were just saving the town from catastrophe,
Oh,
that sort of thing. Are
yeah,
you
yeah.
are you here garden alone again?
Ah, you know how it is. Yes, yeah. And you can see that he's kind of like encouraging you very subtly to walk, right? Just like
yeah,
to
she's
continue.
walking. Yeah,
Yeah, he's like, we're walking, and then slightly turning towards the wicker goat together.
So, I was talking to some of the other guards, and they were saying that every guard is supposed to be with a partner, and that if a guard is solo, they can get into quite a bit of trouble. I told them some other name of somebody I saw that was alone, but you should be careful.
Oh, I appreciate you having my back. That's quite kind of you. But don't worry, old Jeff has been a guard of Saltmarsh his whole life. I am friends with just about everyone.
All right, glad to hear it. Oh, do you want a drink?
Oh, I'm so glad you... It just like holds the door open for you because you are all definitely in front of the tavern now. I'm so glad you asked. Absolutely. I mean, we're here. We might as well just have a quick drink.
Of course, I could use a drink as well.
Excellent. And he waddles over to the bar and he sits down in the exact same chair. And you have definitely noticed the entire time you've been here, no one else sits in that chair. That is 100% Jeff's chair.
Yeah, I'll sit down next to him, and ask the owner for some alcohol.
Yeah, absolutely. The bartender is immediately moving for it. Doesn't need you to guide him. He is already on it. And Lankus, the owner of the Wicker Goat, pours a drink for both you and Jeff. What is everyone else doing? Critical Misses, thank you for the raid. Welcome in, everyone.
Oh my gosh! Hey, what's up?
A raid.
If Finn has that item that he recovered,
Mm-hmm.
I think KayBee's going to go upstairs and cast some rituals to identify it,
Yeah, we'll go take care of that. Sure.
investigate it.
Although
Excellent.
nobody has ever mentioned it in any D&D stream I've ever watched, Garen's taking a bath.
Nice. Breaking ground.
Yes.
It's been super hot. He's sweaty. His OCD butt is going to take a bath.
Absolutely. Let's see. Today is actually a bit on the colder side. As you were making your way into Saltmarsh in the early morning, the wind coming off of the sea has been particularly salty today and particularly brisk. So you see that it is quite encouraging of everyone that's out and about. The din of Saltmarsh all around you is exceptionally bustling. Garen, you are given a key to the bathroom, the bath chamber room here in the Wicker Goat. KayBee runs upstairs. Finn, you also go upstairs?
I have the item, so yeah.
Okay. Quick will actually sit down next to you, Arlen, and you can tell that he is just trying to be companionable.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't seem to have anything to add to the conversation as Jeff very, very, very characteristically begins to pry and try to get you to share all the hot goss that you've collected.
Yeah. She'll tell him all about their latest adventure of going out of town and fighting these hobgoblins and these giant wolves, and she skips over the part of her killing one of the hobgoblins and that whole experience, but just tells kind of like a very glorified version of the tale, and will buy Quick a drink as well if they seem to want one. But she knows what Quick is doing, but she's not like trying to acknowledge it. She's still trying to put on like kind of this brave face, and act like nothing is wrong.
Absolutely. Yeah, he takes anything that you purchase for him, and you can tell that he's just kind of looking around, not really engaging with this conversation that you're having, and seems to just be literally keeping an eye out for you. And the Wicker Goat is moderately packed right now. You can see that there are quite a few people that have come in, and they are enjoying their late breakfast, early lunch. And there are a few other people that sort of wander over as you're telling your story, and they seem pretty interested. No one pries. And Jeff is very quick to just hype up the various details that you are sharing. And definitely encouraging people to get inebriated around him. And the camera pans over to where Finn and KayBee are upstairs. And as you are trying to divine what this item is, KayBee, tell me what this looks like.
So KayBee has brought out his spell book, and Finn probably is interested in this because KayBee just acquired it here in Saltmarsh. It's a little tiny book. It's probably no more than like 6 by 6 inches, and it's fairly thick. And it's got some pie smudges on the outside of it. It looks like KayBee hasn't been super careful, but KayBee opens it and he flips the book open, and it's open to a blank page. KayBee's got to flip back to the front of it. There's only a few spells in this book. It's a brand new book, and it's very apparent that this is like a starter kit spell book. And he's got this little tiny book here, and he's thumbing, and he's reading through the page, and it's like, I think I know how to do this. Where's the thing? Yeah, bring it out. We'll take a look at it, and I'll abracadabra, and start reading through the spell and trying to scratch in his head, trying to figure it out as he casts the spell for the first time.
Okay.
Actually, I think he cast once before.
This is identify?
It's identify, yes.
All right, can you put that in the chat?
There we go.
Okay, you choose object. If it is a magic item or some other magic imbued, you learn its properties. You learn whether any spells are affecting it. Okay. You are 100% sure that this is not magical. I'll give you... You realize that this is made out of lead.
Turn over, examine it closely.
Okay. Yeah, it is perfectly smooth all the way around. It is definitely hollow, so if it's made out of lead, it's very, very thin to not be too heavy. And there is something inside. It seems to be sand.
Is it a container? Can I figure out how to open it?
Try to find some kind of like lid or seam, but you can't quite pry it open. There doesn't seem to be a seam that you can physically feel.
I don't know, Finn. Maybe I don't know how to do the spell quite right yet.
That's okay. You tried your best. I'm sure there's somebody in town that we can have this looked at. I mean, as you can tell, you go a good look at it as well. It just seems to be smooth, but there does seem to be something inside it. It feels like sand, kind of heavy like sand, sounds like sand. I mean, it could just be sand, but who knows?
I don't know.
But we'll go into town at some point and we'll get this looked at.
Okay.
Just to see what it is. Curiosity.
All right. And we'll say that as the camera pans back down to Arlen, that is around the time that Garen, you come out of the bath chamber room, and you are fresh, you are clean, clothes have been laundered, you are completely manicured top to bottom. And the moment that you enter into the main chamber of the Wicker Goat, the door bursts open, and you see a young woman dressed in vibrant colors. So vibrant that they all clash. You see orange, red, purple, blue, and they are all stitched together expertly, divinely. There is no way that any of you would ever fail to perceive this person. As you see them unfurl their cloak and reveal that they are holding a traveler's kit or a painter. And they say, "My name is Hilda Marcy, and I'm here ready to take on clients." And that is where we're going to end our session for today. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're going to have some fun stuff for next session. Wowie, wow. Oh.
Very, very loud.
We had some really heavy moments here.
We did.
Today's session.
Exciting.
Yeah.
We love heavy moments.
We love cursed items. Oh my god. Wow. All right, we're going to go around real quick, and please tell me who you are, where we can find you, and what was your favorite part of today's session. And we're going to start with Zombie Fighter.
Hello, I am Jacob. I'm Zombie. I am Z. I am whatever you'd like to call me here. I go by those many names. I am the resident clip person around here. Probably too many, but that's up to your own discretion. Tonight's favorite moment, probably for me personally, was the bonding moment between me and KayBee with him making that boot. I thought that was really nice. I thought it was really sweet, kind of giving us a little bit of a bonding moment together. And just this whole weird mystery about why they took my shoe. What he still doesn't know why his shoe was taken.
Yeah.
He just has the soul left, and
Oh
he
my
still has
God.
questions. And I'm just like, why my shoe? Out of everything I own, why my shoe?
Yeah, especially like as Finn had entered Saltmarsh and you had passed by people on this now very busy street, people were
Oh.
just kind of looking at you wearing just like
Yeah,
one
running around on this really
very
hot day.
elaborate boot and then
Yeah.
one like less elaborate boot.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah. Might have to fix that at some point. But yeah, that's probably my favorite part. For my character at least, yeah.
Awesome, thank you. Next we have GodfatherWraith.
Hey, wow.
You
I
muted
think
yourself.
I muted myself by accident. Yeah, that's just where the way my brain is today. So, yeah. Honestly, I had a lot of points I loved today. I loved the hunt for the boot. That was just like, wow, why? That was fun.
I love
Wow, why?
Yeah. I loved the Arlen's moment with the sword and all of us confronting her about what's going on. And I really hope we get to explore that a little bit more.
I feel
later
like
on.
it's definitely becoming more and more of the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, more than Arlen's BS about her experience that we all have not challenged on still.
Yeah, everyone's like, yep, this checks out.
But ultimately, I think my favorite part of the night was the question for the Vizier card.
Oh.
That was
That
really
was-
good. Yeah.
That was amazing.
That was a really well crafted question.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, very good question.
So,
Yeah.
there's me.
Thank you. Yeah, it made my life easier. I was like, how the fuck am I going to give the players this information instead of
Right.
just lore dump? It's
Yeah.
like, oh, perfect. You made it easy for me. You asked the right question.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Very good. Speaking of, next we have GeekDice.
Hey, I'm GeekDice. You can find me here, and also you can find me Sundays over in Greyhawk Tales, where we have another Greyhawk game that we're playing. Today, I think the most essential moment for me was the way that Emma presented the difficulty, complexity of that whole event with the sword. Pretty intense. So hats off to you.
That was good role play.
Yes, it was amazing. So
Was
hard, not easy, and I guess the journey continues. It'll be interesting to see where that goes. So
I'm real
great
excited.
thank you, great job.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Last but certainly not least, we have Emma Panada.
Hi, I'm Emma, also known as Emma Panada. I do TTRPG stuff on my Twitch channel too. So I know there's a lot of TTRPG content out there, but if you want to hang out with me and watch some Curse of Strahd or Kids on Bikes / Kids on Brooms, then you can hop over to my channel and watch my streams on Tuesdays and Sundays. I'll also be running a one-shot on Stella's channel next Saturday, which is super exciting. It's going to be Avatar. And then I'm going to be on that D'Angelo's channel next Friday for Homies Helping Homies, where it's just a bunch of streamers playing a really ridiculous game, raising money to support each other's projects. And I'm really excited for that opportunity. But last but certainly not least, we have our illustrious GM, Stella Luna.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. If this is the first time we're meeting, welcome on in. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I hope that you've enjoyed your time here. It has been an absolute pleasure being your dungeon master for this evening. I do TTRPG stuff at this channel. If you've ever wanted to play in a game, this is the perfect place to do so. All you have to do is hop into our Discord. Link is there in the chat. We like to introduce people to TTRPGs, especially in a streamed environment. So if you've never done this before, you get to learn how to do it behind the scenes. We are a learning community, both for the different systems that we play. We don't just play Dungeons and Dragons. We like to run marathons where, thanks for the shout out, Matt. We like to try out different TTRPG systems. We love role-playing here. We love exploring things together, and we would love to have you at our table. And cameras are optional. If you feel camera shy, don't even worry about it. All you need is a microphone and stable internet. That's it. And a willingness to learn and cooperate. You want to have fun here. Thank you so much to all of our Patreons, especially those here at the table right now. If you want to know what you can get for being a Patreon, you can check out that link there in the chat. All of our Patreon funds go to funding all of the different marathons we run. We love to hire game masters. So if you've ever wanted to run a game, you can get paid. You can do it. You got this. All you gotta do is just hop into the Discord there. And yeah, thank you so much for being here. We will be back not next Wednesday, but the Wednesday afterwards to continue Secrets of Saltmarsh. And I just hope that y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. And if a cursed sword says, pledge yourself to me, you should probably say no, but it'll be a really exciting adventure if you say yes. How do you feel about that, Emma?
That was great.
Yeah? Okay,
Yeah.
Awesome. You can tune in next Wednesday to see what unfolds when you say, it'll be fine, to a blade that gives you an instant level in Warlock. Ooh.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, everyone.
So,
yeah.
Miss Stella, before we go, is there anything else on your horizon coming up that people should be watching out for?
Oh God. Thank you. Yes. Let me open my calendar.
Because I just thought of something that I know that I'm part of on this channel.
All right. Yeah. So this Saturday, I'm going to be over at Lord Gosumba's channel. We're going to be playing a one-shot with a bunch of really awesome people. So if you want to see more of me, I'll be role-playing over there. That's going to be at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We have a mini marathon going on Tuesday, starting at 2 p.m. And then next Wednesday, we're going to be running a Patreon one-shot of Monster Hearts 2. So that is going to be a really fun game where it's about messy feelings and smooching monsters. So if you
So excited.
Yeah, so if you love
Same.
chaotic gay energy, that is definitely like the place to be. And then we'll be back with Unbound. We don't have Unbound this week, but on Friday next week, our original Uncaged Anthology campaign, wow, why was that so hard to say? Will be at 9 p.m. Eastern Time next Friday. And next Saturday, we have our full TTRPG marathon. We'll be running 3 games, 10 hours of TTRPGs, and we hope that you can be there and check out all the different games that we're going to be running. We're going to be running a few games that are being facilitated by the people who made them. So it's going to be really fucking dope. Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good night. Bye!